son of a gun. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Ken, Smiling Peter, good seeing you as well. Neo Joe, Neo, good seeing you as well. Elizabeth, always awesome to see you in the chat. Hello. Late Jason, nah, I'm 3 minutes early. I'm 3 minutes early, Mo. Good evening. 2 minutes early. I don't know what you're talking about, 2 minutes. I'm 3, technically. Now I'm 2 minutes early. Late Jason, no graves other than your own today. I hope I don't die today. We haven't died yet. We've had 10 streams. So I've been looking at it. Let's look at it. So I have 24 hours without dying. I'm hoping we don't break that streak today. But we've been going for 24, almost basically 24 hours. Not a single death. We've only found 3 graves. We need to find 5, so that's going to be a problem. But hello, Paul. Good seeing you in the chat. Gonna lurk while watching. Hit that like button. Thank you so much. I always forget to say that. Guys, hit the like button. It does help out the channel a ton when you do that. And happy 4th of July, everyone. Happy 4th of July. Angry Bee. Happy 4th of July to you as well. Andy says, Jason, can you remember how to play this game? Andy, you don't even know. It's the first time I played with a controller in like 2 weeks, really. So I did play a little bit with a controller on Crosswind, the pirate game that I am putting up videos for. I played with a controller for like 20 minutes, and it didn't feel good. Like menus are still, there's something about menus on PC where they just don't work with a controller. I don't know why, but they don't. So I played for like 20 minutes, got rid of it, switched back over to PC, mouse and keyboard. I've been playing Dune on mouse and keyboard, Planet Crafter's mouse and keyboard. It's been a while since I played with a controller, you guys, so it's throwing me off. It is throwing me off. Well, we're going to do it today. We're going to see if I remember how to play with a controller. Did the raid work? It did, Steve. Thank you very, very much. I saw that. So I was not streaming at the time, so everyone came and flooded in here, and then they said, oh, we'll be back later. So I appreciate it. 07, thank you, Steve, for the raid, but it was, I think it might have been too early, but that's fine. That's fine. Not all of our schedules cannot coincide, believe me. I ripped my hair out for years trying to plan it out, and it's not worth it. You'll lose your mind. Smiley Peter I say a Monday satisfactory with Heather. We're still doing Planet Crafter. Good Lord, my brain didn't work there. Planet Factory, Planet Crafter. I think we got one more stream in Planet Crafter. Then I got to talk. Heather and I have to talk about what we want to do next. We can do Dune. I know she's doing it on Thursday. She did Dune yesterday. She's going to be doing it tomorrow on Saturday. So maybe we do Dune. Maybe we do another game. I don't know. We'll talk to Heather about that. Planet Crafter on Monday. Yeah. Yep. ScarTech is now lurking. Stay safe and bring back snacks. Yes, I have I have my Fresca, and where is it at? I also have my Dr. Pepper. You guys know I got to do Dr. Pepper, especially for 4th of July, Freedom Day in America. Grounded for when Grounded 2 comes out. I think Grounded 2 comes out this month, right, Scar? Let me look. Is Grounded 2 out this month? We might be able to do that. Grounded 2 comes out. Oh, it comes out at the end of July. End of July. I don't know. I'll talk to Heather about that because that might be a good game to switch over to. Grounded is more fun loving. It's still survival crafting. There's not a lot of jumping in it, so that might be good. I know Heather loves the platforming games. She's a big fan of those. Happy Treasonous Colonist Day, everyone. Yes, adventure, absolutely, without question. Play ESO with Heather? That is an option, Ken. That is an option. Now, Heather, I would have to ask Heather if she's willing to start over. Start a fresh character. Because I would want to start fresh with her. And go from the beginning. I know Heather and Rec play every day. They do their dailies all the time. So I'm sure she's probably like level 5 million or something. Anyway, let's get in here. Let's play some Abandon Run, you guys. Now, remember, We're doing abandoned, which means there's no aliens, there's no Korvax, Viking, there's nothing, no travelers. And the entire goal of my run is to get to the center of the galaxy. And you can do that two ways, really. You can, I mean, there's multiple ways to do it, but there's two main ways to do it. You can do it the first way by just jumping, getting a whole bunch of fuel and jumping from system to system. And that's going to take you hours and hours to do because we're way far away from the center. Or you can find a portal and teleport closer to a system closer to the center. It won't be exactly to the center, but you can get close. Way closer than we are now. But the catch is, if you want to use a portal, you have to get 5 glyphs. And right now, we only have 3. I need 5, so I need to find 2 more glyphs, and they're only found in graves. You don't earn them in the storyline because there's no storyline. None of that kind of stuff. Heather says she's level 6 million. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I don't know. I played, in my lifetime, I've probably played 2 hours of ESO. And it's not because I don't like it. It's because I felt the addiction hooking into me. And I'm like, okay, I got to stop this right now. If I play too much ESO, my channel will turn into an ESO channel. And I don't think that would be healthy for it. But if I get it in doses, if I just say, hey, look, I have to limit myself to 1 time a week or something, maybe. I don't know. I said that with Dune, and I've played 140 hours of Dune already. So, all right. We have wait a minute. What is this marker here? A distress beacon. Did we go to this crash? Did we stop in the middle of going to a crash? I don't know why I would do that. Why would I stop? I could have, maybe the save didn't update completely. Because I could have sworn we saw the crash before I quit. Well, let's go see it. What is ESO Tranquila? That is Elder Scrolls Online. And I love Elder Scrolls games. So I love Oblivion. I love Skyrim's good. I think Oblivion's better. But it's basically just an online version of Elder Scrolls, like Oblivion or Skyrim. I could have sworn we've already came here. That's a double-decker freaking thing. And thank you, Andy, for the gifted member. Very, very much appreciated. Scuba Steve got it. Did that not alert? Wait a minute. What's going on here? Is Streamlabs acting up? Let me look at this. Let me double check this. It should have popped up. Okay. Are we not getting sounds here? What is happening? All right. Well, let me double check this. Let me fire off something from last week. Tranquila, this is not a live one. This is from last week.
You're pretty good.
Okay. It still works.
Hello. Hope you get crabs.
That was the wrong one to pick. Thank you, Tranquila. Thank you. That was from Monday. It was a whole different thing. Don't worry about that. Okay. Well, it works. Thank you, Andy07. Streamlabs is just acting funky.
Protection for
All right. It made more sense on Monday. It definitely did. Make more sense on Monday. Oh, there
Happy
it is.
4th. USA emoji. Hope everyone keeps their fingers.
Hey, heck yeah, Shock and Awe 07. Thank you for being a member for 35 months. And definitely, if you're going to do fireworks wherever you're at, make sure you're doing it correctly, not illegally. And don't be dumb. If you're going to be drinking, drink responsibly and don't be doing fireworks. Let someone else handle it. You can just sit back and watch the explosions. Don't participate in the lighting of those because that always ends badly. It's always the guys. Who's like, I've done this 100 times, you guys. I could do it 27 beers in, and then they lose something. You lose a finger and you lose a part of your hand. I got a conflict scanner. Yeah. Don't need it though, but okay, because there's no conflict in this because we're in the We're in the abandoned mode. But hey, we got it. We can salvage that ship. Don't need poop. And Gunboat with the 5 gifted members. Very much appreciated. 07. So Streamlabs is working. It's not doing over and over again like Heather had it yesterday. I think it was yesterday, right, Heather? It just Streamlabs broke and kept repeating itself. Ooh, it's an A class. I'll take that. And then we just need to fix it. Ooh, we just need to fix not even the thruster, just the pulse engine. I could take that. Hermetic seal. Oh man, we need more ferrite dust. Let me get some ferrite dust here. Boom. Hey, don't mess with me, Sentinel. Don't mess with me. Boom, 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 and done. So that's fixed. Easy enough. Beautiful. Now I can call it in whenever I need to. And then, wait a minute. Jonas Larson, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate that. 07, you're now a fellow traveler. And Karsten, your name came up correctly this time. Karsten, thank you for the gifted member as well. You guys are membering it up all day today. I like that. Thank you. 07 for all of you guys. Karsten, Jonas, Gunboat. Thank you guys so very much. Shock and Awe and Andy. Very much appreciated. We do that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we're not going to use that thing, though. Where is my... I think it's Remnant.
Ground protection falling.
Nothing like that bug coming back into play. You need more than 100%. You know, there's a part of me that thinks that whenever they patch a game, there's some guy on the team at Hello Games whose job it is to insert old bugs, because they'll fix them and then they'll come back, and they'll fix them and they'll come back. Stealth with the 10 gifted members. Very much appreciated. 07 Stealth. Very much appreciated on that one. 07 for that. But yeah, so there are bugs that go away and then something happens and they come back, and I don't know why. Like, that's an old bug, and it goes away and it comes back, and it goes away and it comes back. There's another one where the audio goes crazy with the sound effects, and they'll fix it, and then they'll patch the game and it'll bring it back, and you're like, what the, why? Who's doing that? Why is it coming back? I don't understand. There's some weird thing, some workflow that I don't know. And then Renee with the gifted members. Very much appreciated. Everyone's going to become a member today. Wow. 07, everybody. The zombie bugs. Lucian, yeah. Like, and I don't know the workflow. I've never made a game, so I don't know. But it feels like it's something that is like in the game, like the gameplay, like the game engine has that bug. And whenever they update, they have to remember to keep that on the list. And if they forget, oh yeah, sorry, we forgot to do that. But it's like at the core of the game. And if you update the game and you forget to patch that thing every single time, you're screwed. And it's like, wow, why? There's something in the game itself? I don't know. But it's so weird that these bugs, they'll go away and then they'll come back, and they'll go away and they come back. And I don't understand. I've never seen that with any other game. Like, usually a game will come out, they'll have a bug, and then they'll patch it and they'll fix it, and then it's gone. With No Man's Sky, we'll get a bug, they'll patch it and fix it, and then like a year later, they patch the game again and the bug comes back, and you're like, what the hell? Why? So it's like so strange. This settlement update is very buggy, yeah. So I have a feeling they're probably, like, my speculation. This is my speculation, you guys. So I have no idea. I could be talking right out of my butt, because that's mostly what I do. However, I should say. However, it feels like a lot of the updates that we're getting for No Man's Sky have been like a testing ground for Light No Fire. Like, they're putting it out in No Man's Sky to see how it works and how the community reacts to it. And mostly how it works. You know, whether it can handle, the game engine can handle it. And I feel like settlements, there's going to be larger settlements or something like that in Light No Fire. And so they want to make sure that the game engine can handle it. And that's why we're getting a lot of bugs now. They're testing it now to make sure it works for Light No Fire. That's all speculation. I have no idea. Is this a water planet? This might be a water planet I just went to. Not even intentionally. Yeah, I don't see... Oh, I see land. I see land over there. But I don't see very much land. The other way to test it out, if it's a water planet. The seafloor is only 200 feet down, so it's not a water planet, because usually it's about 1,000. So 200 is not that deep.
That's what she said.
But it's a filtered planet. You can tell by my jets here. Let's see. A fix may be a workaround, not a real fix. I mean, that's true too. And I think that might be what's going on, is that there's a workaround they do in the game, but it has to be implemented every time they update the game. And if, like, Rick forgets to implement it on a patch, then it screws everything up and they go, oh man, Rick, you forgot to put that in the patch. Oh yeah, sorry, I'll do that right now. And they push out another patch to fix the old workaround. This looks like a water planet. I take it back. And it's filtered. It's a red filter planet. But yeah, look at it. It's water for sure. It's just not deep. Usually water planets are deeper than 200. Usually you get at least 500. It could have been the area I was in. I don't know. Let's double check that again.
Damn IT, Rick. You had one job.
Damn it, Rick! You had one job! One of these days, I'm going to find out all the names of the people who work at Hello Games, but the only one I really know is Martin, and I know Sean, and that's it. I think I remember Haley being on the team, but I mean, who knows if they're still there or not. I don't know anybody I don't talk to anybody there. I've just seen their names pop up. Martin's on Twitter. Sean's on Twitter. Haley was in a lot of the trailers. So if you watch the old No Man's Sky trailers, they whenever they discover something, you'll see it says No Man's Sky Hello Games Haley is the one who discovered it. So I don't know if she still works there. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she moved on. I don't know. But yeah, so I know some names, but I don't know any of the people there. I've never talked to them. I send emails every once in a while. Whenever there's a bug report. Or, to say, hey, if you guys want to do anything with Light No Fire, let me know. They never answer those ones. And rightfully so, they shouldn't. They're testing it for weaknesses. They're learning. Maybe. I do think that not everything is just for Light No Fire, but I do think we're seeing a lot more additions to the game that are just coincidentally also in Light No Fire. Like the blatant one is the staff. You're able to build a staff in a space game. That seems kind of out of place. That one was very blatant, this has nothing to do with No Man's Sky. This feels like they just want to test this kind of thing out to see if it works. That's what that was. But I mean, there's a lot of features that I would imagine are going to be shared between both games. Is this a dead planet? It's an Arctic planet. You know what? Arctic planet. It's an icy planet. I bet you it's going to be easy for me to find a grave here. Nope, it's rocky. No, it's not that mountainous, but it's definitely mountainy. You don't want to look for graves on a mountainy planet because it's hard to see them. Well, you know what? Let's do it. Let's see. Can I call it in my ship again? Okay, at least now I can call it. 124% is kind of crazy, though. All right. Let's go do it. You know what? Let's go west. Screw it, right? Why not, right? Let's go west. How many graves have you found? That comes from Adrian. I have found 3. 3. We need 5. I've only found 3, so we need 2 more left. 2 more, and we'll be good. Speaking of that, I didn't check before I jumped off that mountain. All right, no graves around here. All right, let's keep going west. Why is there a... Oh, God! That's deep down. What the heck? What the heck are you? Oh, it's in the crater. That's why. Excuse me, little guy. Fall down in the crater. Woo! Boom. Go west, young man. Yes, exactly, Mark. They just have a JSON filter on their emails. I bet you they do, because years ago I was sending them emails a lot. I haven't sent an email. The hell? Why are you full? Oh, that's why. I got all this crap in here. Oh my god, how much condensed carbon do you need, Jason? Jesus. All right, go down here. Years ago, I would send them emails like on a weekly basis. So I'm sure they have a filter like, all right, this guy, Jason Plays, you can filter his stuff because we don't need to hear everything from that dude. All right, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Put that away. We don't need that. I don't even need that. So let's get rid of the polished stone. I don't know where I got it from. We can eat a bone nugget. We can eat one of these. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. I know I have my thing here. Oh, it's empty. So let's make sure to fill it up with something to take up room. Sweet beans. Radiation resistance. That's not going to help me out here. Vegetables. Shield strength. Sure, why not? The next 2 hours, I get good shields. Okay, so that's all good. Sodium, we can refine that down. And we can make some more batteries. I'm gonna need some ferrite dust, but we got that. Okay. All right. Make a life support gel. Where are you at? Here we go. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. Let's continue west. And then my launch fuel should slowly be regenerating. I'll do this just in case. Just in case I need it. All right. Hey, is there a button to buy full stacks of items? No. You just have to hit left and right on your D-pad. Or move the cursor over. I don't think there's anything to buy, just a full stack. Pet Shop Boys for the win! Oh, yes. Andy says, Jason, you're going to go west for 2 hours? Forget and start going east for the next hour? No, I'll probably start going north. That's what's going to happen, Andy. I'll go west for like an hour, and then I'll start heading north for whatever reason, because my brain says go north. That's what's going to happen. So I'll make a big old, like, a J or a C. Because, yeah, that's how my brain works. I will instinctively think I'm going north, even though I said I went west. Did I not get you? Come on. Not that. I mean, it's great, but I want to get the animal, the tentacles. There you go. There we go. All right, keep going west. Keep going west. Gunboat says, no, Jason will run in a circle as usual. I know, I'll start going north, and then I'll say, actually, there's nothing here. Let's go east. And all of a sudden, I'll land right back at my ship and go, son of a gun, what the heck? I love playing in third person. We did the original release, 2016 No Man's Sky last Friday. And there's no third-person camera. There is controller support, but it's very finicky. So I was playing on mouse and keyboard. Man, it is so nice to be in third person again. I really hope that they polish up, and they obviously they probably have a third-person camera for Light No Fire, but polish it up. Because the one thing I hate about third person in this game, in No Man's Sky, is you can't look straight up and you can't look straight down. You're always at like an angle. Whereas if you're in first person, you can look straight up and straight down. Because that's what the game was made for. It was made for or first person. So it's kind of weird. What is the rule for finding graves? Well, we don't want to cheap it out too much. I might try Captain Steve's suggestion. So Captain Steve said if we go to the space anomaly, if you get the if you go to the Nexus and you take on a mission for a hazardous flora, it will automatically give you a grave. You have to go to a grave to find it. That, I don't know, is like borderline for me on whether that's cheating or not. Because it feels too easy. But ultimately, it's just, hey, look around, and we'll run into one. Eventually, we'll run into one. You can use a, if you want to try to use a signal booster, you can. You can't talk to any travelers because there's no travelers because we're in abandoned mode. That natural movement of the neck, I think, is it? Well, probably if you're talking about me going in circles, yes. That is me. I'm looking left. Because if I look center-wise, I'm looking at you. I have a screen on my left and I have a screen on my right. And so I'm looking left. And so I think naturally, like when you're driving a motorcycle, if you're looking one way, you're going to naturally drift that way. And so that's generally why I drift, I think. At least that's what I tell myself. Oh, there's a burial site over there. Nope. Knife nut. It says, Jason, lately when I'm at a harmonic camp, the multi-tool has not been the Sentinel one. What gives? I think I saw that pop up in one of the beacon patch bugs. And it's one of those deals where when you mess up with one thing, it might mess with another thing. And so one of the patches for Beacon, the latest update, ruined that, I think. We need to test that out, though. I haven't tried it on my own. But we should test it. You know what? We should test that out, because I have a Sentinel thing. We can go to a Sentinel planet and test it. But yeah, it should be a Sentinel multi-tool. However, there's a bug going on, I think, because I've seen multiple people say it. I personally haven't run into it because I have not played a lot of No Man's Sky lately. I've been playing like 2016 No Man's Sky, which doesn't really count. We don't even have Sentinel multi-tools back then. But yeah, we should probably test that out. We can go find a harmonic camp on the abandoned mode. And it should be a Sentinel multi-tool. Oh god, that's a big hole. You cheat, you have to find 3 more graves. I did not agree to that. I did not agree to that. That is something that Andy's just making up. Marcy says happy 4th of July. Well, happy 4th of July to you as well. Daddio says I've done a lot of camps and they have all been regular multi-tools. Really? Oh god, I'm gonna have to definitely try that out. Because that is a major bug. I know, well, I think it was 3 years ago. They did an update for crash ships, and they ruined all of them, and they had to revert it back. I think it took 2 weeks to fix it, but they had to revert the update. They were like, nah, you know what? Everyone hates this, so we'll revert that back. That's fine. And so it took a couple of weeks, and that might be what they did, or maybe unintentionally. They did some patch for beacons for the settlements, and it just affected the multi-tools in the settlements or the harmonic camps. And so that might have been an unintentional side effect. And now they're like, oh crap, now we gotta fix that. That's an unknown building. That's an unknown building. No graves, though. Not a grave to be found. Metal Horizon says, how do you play No Man's Sky from 2016? So if you have the PC version, the Steam version specifically, you can go into what's called the Steam Depot. If you go to the Steam Depot, they have every single version of the game that's ever released. Every patch, every version, everything. And they don't identify it by the update. They identify it by the day it released. So you can go back to like September 2016 and play that version of No Man's Sky. You can go to July of 2019 and play that version of the game. They have a library of every single update, every single patch for No Man's Sky, and you can go back and pick whichever one you want. Now, you're going to have to replace your game files on your PC. That's a whole different scenario. I have a video on my channel. If you just look up how to play old No Man's Sky, it should pop up. And I think the video's from 2022, but it still works. I'm still using it today. So the process is still the same. It's just going and grabbing that old version from the Steam Depot database and then installing it over your current version. You have to, make sure to back up your saves because your save from today's version of No Man's Sky will not work on the old version because it doesn't know what it is. It has a whole bunch of items that don't exist in 2016. However, it's really fun to do. If you're on console, you'd have to go buy a PS4 disc, disconnect your console from the internet, and you can only play the 2016 disc. That's the only way to do it as far as I know on a console. You have to have that disc. Boom, boom, boom. Which means you can only play that version. You can't go back and play 2018 because they didn't release a new disc for that. They just update the game and you have to download the new update from the internet. And so there's no disc. I think you might be able to go back and play the 2018 version on the Xbox if you have an Xbox One disc. You can go pop that in your Xbox and it should play the 2018 version. Again, don't connect to the internet. Disconnect from the internet and it will not update it. And for the Nintendo Switch, I think you can go back to the 2023 version, which would be the No Man's Sky 4.0, which is Frontiers, I think. I think it's in October of 2023. So that's the oldest version you can play on the Nintendo Switch because that was the first one they released. Again, you'd have to get the cartridge and don't connect to the internet. That way it doesn't update. But yeah. The easiest and most effective way is probably playing on Steam because you can go back and play any version, any single version you want. You just got to know the date it released. So if you know that like the No Man's Sky Next update came out in July of 2018, go play that version. If you want to play the Beyond update, that came out in August of 2019. So if you know the date, you can go back and play whichever version you want. Marcy says, about the old versions, is it possible to revert game, play Expedition, and get a reward in the actual today's save? I don't think you can. So there might be a mod for it, but I don't think you can just go back and play the old game. So because the way that Expeditions work is it's based off your clock on your console or your hard drive. Oh, wait. Oh, damn it. It's based off the clock. So there is a clock. It also checks the servers for No Man's Sky to check and see if there's an Expedition live, and it checks the version. So you can do it through a mod, but I don't know if you can do it just by playing an old version of the game. You might have to mod your game so you have to trick the game files into thinking your date is correct, and the No Man's Sky servers are telling you that there's an Expedition. So there's a lot more to it, the Expeditions, other than just downloading the old version of the game. So it's more in-depth than just grabbing an old version. Jason hates the clocks in No Man's Sky. Yeah, that is my second most hated feature in this game. Especially if you're trying to do the living ships mission line, quest line. Oh my God. That was when they really got bad about it. Like, there is an era in No Man's Sky where they were adding timers to everything. And it boggles my brain why they would do that. Why would you add in a timer? That's a manufacturing facility. Why would you add a timer to a game? I don't know. It's not immersion because it just makes me stop playing the game. If you tell me, oh, come back in 1 hour and this thing will be done, I'll just stop the game. I'll play tomorrow. I'm not waiting around for an hour to do nothing. Why would you do that? This is not a telephone. It's not a mobile game. What are you doing? And so that's why it's like, I hate those. Like, I'm trying to reach in my brain and see what would be a scenario where that would make sense. You can say from a developer standpoint it's playtime, but I don't know if that counts because that feels like, I mean, at least for me personally, this could be projection. That's a deterrence. That's not extending my playtime. That makes me not want to play the game. The first time I see a 5-hour long timer countdown, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that. I got other things to do. So it's a deterrent. It's not a, it's not immersion. It's not like, oh man, that feels so immersive. No, it's irritating. If I wanted immersive, I would just go out in my real life and clock in and work and go my 5 hours. No, I'm trying to get away from that. I want to have fun by building things, not by, well, in order to build this building, it's going to take you 6 hours, so come back in 6 hours. Nah, I'm good. So I don't know. So you could argue that it's for playtime, but I would argue that most players would just see that and say, nah, I'm good. And get out of there and bounce right off the game. It's more of a deterrent than it is a keeping players invested. At least for me. At least for me. I could be the minority opinion on that. Who knows? Mortal says, I wish you could just select and play any old expedition you want on a save. I mean, we've theorized that's what they want to do with the terminal on the Space Anomaly. So they added the ability to start an expedition on a current save from the Space Anomaly. There's a big terminal there. So it makes sense that they said, hey, look, we have a terminal anyway. Let's make it so that we can play any expedition at any time. Now, I think the problem with that is expeditions are like handcrafted. They pick the milestones, and based on those milestones, they have to go to certain planets. Like, you can't just randomly generate those as far as I know. Maybe you can. Maybe there's a way to do it. But you can't randomly generate that, because if you have a milestone for like an acid planet and you start off the expedition nowhere near an acid planet, and you're like, well, what the... Okay. Then it kind of screws up the expedition, right? Or you're looking for a certain kind of animal. You're looking for a hot-blooded animal, but the expedition doesn't take you anywhere where there's a hot-blooded animal. Well, you're kind of screwed. And so maybe if they make the expedition more general, like, hey, visit this many planets or make this food, okay, then you can kind of make it replayable anytime you want. And you can make it general. But I think that would be the barrier. Would be, hey, we have to handcraft this stuff. We have to make sure that the milestones match up with the planets you're going to. The rendezvous have to be certain planets, right? And so that's where it kind of breaks down, at least in my brain. I could be wrong, though. Payment? Oh, no, that was just a... Okay. I saw a symbol, and I was like, what the heck? Scuba says, you can play any expedition anytime, just use the mod. That is very true. That is very true. If you use the mod, which is not on console, Steve. So, yes. But how many times are you going to go back and play the expedition and go, oh, everyone has marked this planet. There's 1 billion communication stations on this planet, and I can't see a damn thing. The rendezvous planet has 1 billion save beacons on there. Or there are some old expeditions where you have to make a base somewhere. Eventually, you run out of spots on that planet because you need to go to this planet and make a base. If 1 million people do that, eventually you run out of time. You've run out of area because each base takes up, I think, what, 200 units? And if you have 1 million people, the planets are big in No Man's Sky, but not that big. Like, you got 1 million people doing it over and over again. Like, I do it like 4 or 5 times. I'm going to take up all that room on that planet. So there's things like that where it's like, okay, how do you get around that? Because it might work for the first month, but, you know, if someone, you know, a year or two afterwards wants to do it, they'll run out of room. Can't they fit all in one galaxy map? You mean the expeditions? Probably. I do know that some of the expeditions were in different galaxies, so... That's another thing. They put them in different galaxies. I don't know why. Maybe they test out stuff. I don't know. Now Twitch drops. Can't get those back. I mean, that is a... Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Scuba Steve says, I have a video on how to use the expeditions if anyone wants some guidance. Well, can we get a link on that? Scuba Steve. Oh, you can't do it because you're not a mod. Well, Steve, you have a link? Wait a minute. Let me go do this. Let me do this real fast. Go to your channel. I will get that. Oh, you only have one video. Steve, you got to make more videos, sir. Make more videos, Steve. Not a requirement.
Hello, friends.
I think you should, though. I think you should, though. Steve, I'm going to share this video. You need to make more videos. Make more videos. Always put more videos on. I can't spell anything. Sorry, give me a second. There. Boom. There we go. Working on it. All right, Steve. All right. I guess. Anyway, there you are. There you are. Go follow that video. Follow that video. It's from Steve. All right, let's get back in here. Learning the game, watching your beginner's guide. Nice, Roland. Nice. Heck yeah. I need to go back and play some more. I want to do more like tighter guide videos versus the beginner guide, because the beginner guide is good, but there's a certain point where it's not a beginner guide anymore. It starts becoming more advanced player guide. So I'm thinking maybe I need to go back and start doing more tip videos of, hey, if you're a beginner, this is some things you didn't know about. Because yeah, we're at a point in the beginner guide where I stopped, where it's like, okay, you're not a beginner anymore. We're like 30 videos in. You should know most, or if not all things on No Man's Sky at this point. So now it's the more advanced stuff. The more ridiculous, like, mental illness, like, I know this issue because, I played the game for too long. That kind of scenario. Boom, 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 boom. Nothing here. Let's keep going. To play the old expos, you just mod the files and or use a save editor. You could do that as well. So there's different ways to do it. I don't like messing with the save editor simply because I know I'm gonna do something wrong and I'm gonna corrupt my save. I've already deleted my save. I don't want to corrupt it. And it would be me. I would corrupt the save somehow with a save editor and be like, son of a gun. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing. Keep going west. Mortal 486 says, what big No Man's Sky features came to Switch 2, Jason? So, the major one is settlements are now in the Switch 2. So you can actually go find settlements in the game. And they added in multiplayer in the Switch version. So now you can actually see multiplayer. Like you can join up to games in multiplayer on the Switch 2. So those are the two major updates, additions to the game that you cannot get on the Switch 1. Multiplayer and settlements are in there. And so they've also added in, like, the textures are way better. The frame rate is way better on the Switch 2, that kind of stuff. The weird thing is the load times on the Switch 2, I think, are longer than the Switch 1. And I don't know if it's because the game files are like bigger. I don't know, or it's loading in more textures, and that's why. But yeah, the load times are actually longer on the Switch 2 versus the Switch 1, which is kind of weird. And I was expecting them to be faster, but they're not. And again, it could be that they're loading in way higher res textures, and so it just, it takes more power to do it. I don't know. But yeah, it's just the load times. If not longer, they're exactly the same. But the few times I've loaded up the game on the Switch 2, it's been longer. And you're like, what the heck? Why is it taking so long to load? Boom, boom, boom. Jason, you corrupted all of us. Well, yeah. It's my job. Heather corrupts me, and then I spread the corruption to you guys after Heather corrupted me. Roland says, question, why can't you get quartzite until the end game, but you need it for the glyphs for the first Traveler storyline? Do you need it for the first Traveler storyline? Are you sure you need quartzite? I don't think you do. They might have changed it, or that might be a bug. But yeah, you shouldn't need any of that stuff at all for the first Traveler storyline. For Apollo, I'm trying to think. I don't think you do. Maybe they changed it, or maybe there's a bug, but I haven't run into that. It could be a bug. Used the save editor and lost all the already opened upgrade modules I stored on the starship. Oh, see? That would be me. That would be me, Sub-Zero. I would end up ruining something, so I don't mess with that. Oh, Jesus Christ. I almost fell down that mountain. Jay says, I've seen a few streamers playing the old expeditions, but why I'm not sure is most don't want to revisit the old news. I mean, I would love to play the old versions, or allow me to switch it to permadeath mode. We've only had one expedition that was permadeath, and everyone, well, I shouldn't say everyone, a lot of people hated it because it was permadeath. I loved it. That's my favorite expedition. The Looper expedition is my absolute favorite. That's the one that was permadeath, and there was literally a milestone to die because you had to reload at the beginning again. It was so good. I love that expedition, but a lot of people did not like it, and I don't think we'll ever get another permadeath expedition. But I would love to go back. I need to go back and play that one again because I love that one. But yeah, if they allowed us to either go back and play that one or just let me make all the expeditions permadeath, that would be awesome. I would love if there was an option to do that, but they don't let you. You can't. You can change a lot of difficulty settings, but you cannot go permadeath on the expeditions. So it's like, dang it. And I'm sure it's because they don't want you starting at the beginning. It would break the expedition milestones. Unless they purposely manually do it. Chet says, Jason, I do have a couple of questions. Do it, man. Put it in there. I don't know if I'm going to see them or not because I'm very bad at keeping up with the chat. My old man eyeballs don't allow me to see everything. You guys know. And I don't read good either. But I'll try. I'll try. Or maybe someone in the chat can answer you as well. What do you mean emerald? What do you mean rolling? Hey, Jason. It's for one of the glyphs that needs emetic? You mean emerald? You can use emerald, or you can use indium, or you can use chromatic metal. So you don't have to use all of the pieces there. They give you the option of there's a glyph that uses the more metallic materials. So you can use emerald. You can use chromatic metal. You can use copper. You can use whatever. So they give you the option of using all those metals. And if quartzite is there, you're allowed to use it, but you don't need to. It's not a requirement. It's more of, hey, look, if you have quartzite, pop it in there. You're good. But if not, use the indium. Use copper. Use whatever. Andy says, Jason, you were so used to dying, it doesn't frustrate you anymore. Nah, I don't get frustrated. That's my life, man. That is my life. Or I should say, my death. I'm so used to it. And I mean, that's half the fun in a lot of games. I like to go out and find the dumb way or the weird, stupid thing you can do in a game. Like we're playing Crosswind right now. I'm playing that on my channel. I'm purposely going out and like getting murdered by like a pig or a boar or a dodo, a duck, just murdered me. So I don't care. I want to see if it can work or not. You can't use chromatic metal. It has to be unprocessed stellar metal. Okay, there you go. There you go. It's not chromatic metal. But if you process chromatic metal, you'll get, a normal metal, like copper, out of it. Just saying. But yes, you officially cannot put chromatic metal in there. Oh, there's a unknown building over there. Did I see anything from Chet? When it comes to upgrading the translators, I still don't understand how they work or function. Chet. So, the translators in No Man's Sky will each identify a word to translate. And so, like, I think it's this C-class translator only does one word. The B class does 1 word. I think the A does 2, or, you know, so on and so forth. And so they will pick 1 word at random to translate for you. And so theoretically, if you have all the translators installed in your inventory, I think it ends up total translating like 5 words out of a sentence. And so it will randomly translate a word. The catch is it is random. So if you learn the Gek word for Gek, and then the translator tries to translate that word for Gek, it cancels out. It doesn't count. And so the more words you learn in a language, the less likely you are to use the translator. So ultimately, translators are good early game, but as you progress in the game and you're learning a whole bunch of words, it's almost a waste of space to have them, because they'll translate a word, but sometimes it'll translate a word you already know, and so it doesn't matter. And so early game, awesome. It works. It helps. Play the game for 5 hours. Just go run around and look for knowledge stones, and you'll have most of the words done. And you won't need a translator for it. So yeah, just keep that in mind, is that they're good and they work. They're mostly going to work early game, though. Word learning is a hustle in itself, dude. I think it's over 1,000 words for each language. So you're talking 1,000 for the Gek, 1,000 for the Viking, 1,000 for the Korvax. I believe the Autophage have over 1,000 as well. And I think that the Atlas has 800, maybe 1,000. I don't know. I can't remember. But there's like thousands and thousands of words to learn. William says it's actually extra words. Are you sure about that? Because I've seen where I've learned the word. I've had a translator installed. I've learned the word Gek from the Gek. And the only word that's translated is Gek, even though I have a translator and I already knew that word beforehand. I know I use that example specifically. I've used it. And so maybe it was a bug, maybe it was a weird thing, but I think it's a random word. And if you just so happen to know that word, it's like, sorry. But maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I usually am. But in my own anecdotal experience, it has worked that way. So is it likely to do a double word? No. But can it happen? I think it can. It's happened at least in my case. I've had one word that I knew. Like, I've known the word. Because I made fun of it. Like, why would the Gek teach me the word for Gek? Come on now. That's stupid. And I made fun of it. And then when I use a translator, that's the only word that's translated. You're like, what the? Okay, this thing's garbage. Boom, boom, boom. Of course, there's achievements for learning all the words possible. Is there? I don't think there is, Mortal. I have all the achievements in No Man's Sky. Let me look. I don't think there's an achievement for learning all the words. I think there's an achievement for learning a certain number of words, but not all of them. Yeah, the achievements are linked to milestones in the game. So the milestone is not for learning all the words. So if you go to your catalog and you go to here, survival milestone for learning words. Oh no, sorry, probably exploration milestone. Yeah. So you don't have to learn all the words for the milestone. I think you have to learn 100 words, I think it's like 100. It's nowhere close to all of the words. So there is an achievement for the milestone for learning words, but it's not all of them. It's just you have to get, I think it's 100. Maybe it's 150 or 200. It's nowhere close to 1,000. Because I know I got that one easy. I got that one early. Viking equals Viking. Yes. So I pronounce it Viking. I try to put more emphasis on the Y, so it's Vykeen, but I pronounce it like Viking. And so it's Viking. But, you know, I mispronounce everything. Atlantium is not Atlantium in this game. It's Atlantidium. I pronounce it Mango Gold instead of Magno Gold. It's Mango Gold because it looks like a mango, at least to me. What else do I pronounce? Fecium. I say Fecium now. I used to call it Pooprite because way back in the day it used to be called Coprite. It's Coprite. Way long time ago, it used to be called Coprite. And so I just called it Pooprite because it's poop. It's literal poop. And then they changed it to Fecium, and I was like, all right, now you're just trying to make me look bad. Fecium is way better than Pooprite. Come on. Fecium is good. That's funny. Mingo. Exactly, Dr. Pong. I need to start warming up on Call of Duty. When is Black Ops coming out? Did they announce a date or did they just announce the game? Black Ops 7? I think it's Black Ops 7. When is Black Ops coming, Dr. Pong? No date yet? No date yet. What the heck? How are you not announcing the date yet? What are they waiting for? It's like already July. Are they waiting for? Oh, they have another event coming. All right, they're milking that. Everyone knows Black Ops is coming. Tigger says, so what day is Retro No Man's Sky Day? I would say it would probably be on the anniversary, which is August, right? August 10th, I think. That would be the day I would say, but I have no idea. I don't know when Retro No Man's Sky Day is. I don't know. But I'll definitely jump in on that. I'll play some No Man's Sky next. That's my favorite version of No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky Next, which is the 2018 version. That one is really good. I need to grab that version from the Steam Depot and play that one. That one's fun. I love No Man's Sky Next. And there is a patch in No Man's Sky Next. I think it was the summer of 2019? Because No Man's Sky Next came out in July of 2018. I think in like May of 2019. That was like where I think everything was working flawlessly. Like there was no major issues. There was no major bugs. It was just like the peak of performance for No Man's Sky was like May of 2019. Because before that, like with, oh God, I can't remember which update it was. I think it was with the anomaly update. They added in an update in like December of 2018 where it literally broke the floors in the freighters to where if you got out of your ship in a freighter, you would just fall through it. That's fun. You know, there was a lot of problems with early game No Man's Sky. Like, there's bugs now, don't get me wrong. But if you want to go back to, like, 2017 No Man's Sky, 2018 No Man's Sky, oh, my God. That was bad. There was a time in No Man's Sky where we had a permadeath mode, but nobody played it because you were more likely to die from a bug. You get out of your ship on a space station, you fall through the floor, and you just die. And it's like, great, there goes my permadeath save. There was a lot of that going on. Next was released July 24th, 2018. Yes, right at the end of July. Yeah. Next is my favorite update. That's when they added third-person camera. They added refiners to the game. The next update was like a huge, huge overhaul. I would say it was No Man's Sky 2016, release day No Man's Sky. And then you have No Man's Sky 2018, the next update. And then Beyond was a big update, but it wasn't like game-changing. I think the next really big game-changing update was, I think, Frontiers, the 4.0 update. Because they overhauled all of the inventory and the menu systems. And then after that, it would be Worlds Part 1. Like every few years, they do a huge overhaul to the game. Like, there's additions to the game. Don't get me wrong. They added in, like, mechs in 2021. They added in, like, the pet feature, the companions update. So they added features to the game, but it was more like a modification. Like, they were shoveling on an addition. The next update overhauled everything completely. Like, there was no third-person camera before Next. There was no refiners before Next. Like, now we have refiners all the time, and we make stuff. Before that update, they didn't exist. That's crazy. Why am I going south? See, I told you. All right. Yeah, so I think there's a few keystone updates that overhaul the game completely. And Next was one of them. And I think it was the most pivotal one. Because, I mean, I think Next was the first big step to modern day No Man's Sky. It changed everything about the game. Every facet of the game got modified. Whereas a lot of updates, they say, oh, here, we're going to overhaul one feature, like the settlements. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool. Or we're going to add something in, like, oh, we're going to add in mechs. Okay, that's pretty cool. They didn't overhaul the game. They just added something, you know, a cool thing to the game. Mitochondria?
And you will respect my authority.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, right. You better get back to school, little boy.
Ow! Get your ass to jail! Ow!
Hey, what the hell are you doing? You can't do that.
Mitochondria.
You have been a great stance in this era of games so epic. Hello Games show what great games are all about.
Yes.
PLS continuing greatness of all video game gods in realizing a game that stands the test of time, and please do what Space Engineers 2 starts.
Dude, I want to get into space. So, Mitochondria, don't do another super chat. I feel guilty. But should I play Space Engineers 1 before going to 2? Like, I've talked to Beeblebum. Beeblebum loves Space Engineers. He plays it all the time. However, he's kind of said that Space Engineers 2 right now is not like a full-fledged game yet. And so he doesn't say, he's like, you can get in there, but go to Space Engineers 1. So should I go back to 1 or should I just jump into number 2? Because I've been really interested in Space Engineers. And seriously, 07 Mitochondria. Very, very much appreciated on that. That's a huge super chat. I appreciate that. And yeah, I try to, like, lately, I'd say within the last couple of years, I've had more of a focus on indie games like No Man's Sky, like Planet Crafter, like Valheim, simply because I feel like that is, at least to me, the future of gaming. A lot of big studios are either being shut down if you work for Microsoft, or if you work for Sony, you get to make the same game over and over again, like Naughty Dog. They're on like Last of Us revision number 27 or whatever the hell they're doing. And I love Naughty Dog, and I think they're capable of great things, but they're only allowed to make Last of Us remaster, remake, double XL version number 27 or whatever the hell they want to call it. So I hate that. And so that's why I'm like, nah, you know what? Indie is where you really want to go, or smaller developer. Not even indie. Like, I would count Hello Games as an independent developer, but they're not small anymore. Like, they've done No Man's Sky for years. They made this game. They're helping other developers publish their games. So to me, No Man's Sky, Hello Games, is not indie anymore. They're just a small developer. I mean, they are technically indie because they don't work with another big developer, big company. They're not under Microsoft, or they're under like Ubisoft. They're not 18,000 people like Ubisoft either, or EA or whatever. They're a very small crew. I think they're less than 50 people still, which is crazy. But I like those. I've leaned more and more into those kind of games. Like Crosswinds, amazing game. I'm playing it right now. That's an awesome game. And let me check the chat. Roland says, oh my god, I love South Park. Yes, South Park is good. And then Mitochondria says, True Space Engineers is in development. They released a game and told their customers it's just for a building, yet released the game for fans. Okay. Space Engineers is in development. So, I mean, I'm all for it. I want to jump in there and play it. So maybe I'll give it some time to cook a little bit so they can add more stuff in there. I definitely want to jump into Space Engineers 1. I know Beeblebum plays it a lot. He loves it. So I'm going to need to get into Space Engineers.
You're pretty good.
And Tranquila.
When you said you like to find ways to die, I thought of the indie game Peak. Some of the attempted playthroughs are hilarious.
Peak. I'm going to have to find that game, Tranquila. And thank you so very much for the super chat. 07, Tranquila. I'm going to have to find Peak. Like, I've been playing a lot of, like, Schedule 1. That might not be a YouTube-friendly game, but I think it's a funny game. I love Schedule 1. It is very indie. I think it's just one guy with assistance, of course. He does, like, QA. He does assistance, you know, on the side, contractors. However, it's just one guy is a main developer on Schedule 1. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. A group of former devs from, like, Ubisoft. Holy crap, that game. Game of the year, probably. And, like, I think they said there's 30 or 40 people working on that as well. Like, that's crazy. That, to me, the No Man's Skies of the world, the Expedition 33s of the world, that is like where games are awesome. That's where games should be. But not a lot of studios are like that. If you work for Microsoft, you're getting your studio shut down or your game's canceled because Lord knows we can't have another Perfect Dark game. That thing looks so good. Or if you work for Sony, you either make the same game over and over again, Last of Us Part like 27, or you're Bungie and you steal all your art. That's great. I love Bungie, but that's not so great. So yeah, I don't know. Smaller games. Smaller indie games. Mortal says, your thoughts on AI in game development. I think, so where I stand on AI in anything, but you know, when it concerns like game development, I think AI can be a very good and useful tool. The problem is it is being used as a replacement. And I think that's where it goes wrong. If you're using it as a tool, that's awesome. There's going to be like this. Instead of placing manually one little leaf here, one little plant here by hand, you can use AI and say, okay, this planet is going to have this vegetation, and you can use AI to manually or to automatically place it. Okay, that's a tool, at least in my eyes. When you say, hey, look, we need a voice actor for this thing, but we don't want to pay anybody, so screw them. We'll just use AI to voice it. That's a replacement, and that's not so good. It never sounds the same. The quality's terrible. So there's a difference there, and I think that right now, a lot of like big developers, Microsoft maybe, they are using replacements rather than tools. They don't want to pay someone to do something. They'd rather just use AI to just do it. And AI is not going to do it well. And so it's going to cheapen your game. It's going to cheapen the look of it as well. People are going to look at it and go, "Yeah, that's definitely AI. That's crap." But also, you know, it's going to make problems in the future. I'm sure that if you're using AI to code your games instead of a programmer, the AI is going to make mistakes and you won't know it because you don't have any coders to check it. And so that's where kind of I fall on it. Like, hey, if you're using it as a tool, awesome. A small developer that has 20 people working at it, they're going to need a tool to help them make a world like this. Like, okay, I don't want to have to manually place each individual rock on this planet. I'll use AI to smartly place them around the world. Okay, that makes sense. But, you know, then you veer off into the territory of, well, we don't want to pay an artist to do the textures or the art style of the game, so we'll just use AI to do that. That's replacement, and it's not going to be good. So, yeah. So I know it's not a black and white, like either you love or hate AI kind of a take. I think it can be used for good, just like anything. I think that it can be a good tool, but there is a very, very heavy reliance on it, not just being a tool, but being a replacement. And I think that is a mistake. Oh, look at that. We have some indium here. Oh, no, that's dioxide. Okay, never mind. That's the cold stuff. I think there's a huge emphasis, especially for a big corporation. You guys know I'm jaded when it comes to corporations and big companies. I hate them. I think they're terrible and they have no soul. And when you're a multi-millionaire like executive, you think, oh, we're going to fire half of our artists and we'll just use AI to do the art. That's easy. It's cheap. We're going to save a whole bunch of money. And then you don't realize, oh, our game looks like trash. It performs like trash because we fired half our programmers and just replaced them with AI to do it. And it's going to cost us twice as much money. Now we have to go in and we have to fix it. And we have to hire people to fix the game that we spent no money making because AI did it all. And I think they are slowly going to learn that fact. That, yeah, you could save money by having AI do it, but it's not going to be the same quality. And people are going to spot that. People are going to hear an AI voice and go, that's trash. The voice acting's terrible in this game. Or they're going to outright know, oh, that's AI for sure. I'm not going to play this game. This is trash. So, yeah. Again, if it's a tool, awesome. There's a lot of things you can use. You don't want to be the guy who has a horse and carriage because I don't use machines. But at the same time, you don't want a machine that's just totally taken over because a machine's not responsible for anything. If a machine breaks something or kills someone, you can't put a machine on trial. You can't sue a machine. So yeah, there is a weird line there. Anyway. It has its place. Like Microsoft in their new round of layoffs. Exactly, William. That's what the big rumor is. Who knows if it's true? But the big rumor going around right now is that Microsoft is laying off people not to replace them with AI, but they're laying off workers so they can save money so they can invest that money into AI. So that's corporate speak, at least to my mind. That's corporate speak for, yeah, we're laying you guys all off so we can have extra money to pay for AI. That's replacing people with AI. But, it's like, a more elegant way of saying it. Oh, well, better start running, Jason. Those are your last words. I know, man. I know. I know. And I think that, yeah, we're going to see a lot of, companies going too far and then coming back from AI. I think there's going to be a lot of companies that the executives, they see a way to save money. If I don't have to pay someone for wages, I don't have to pay for healthcare, I don't have to pay for vacations or any of that crap. A machine doesn't have to get an hourly rate. I'll just pay the machine. And they're going to go with that until the product comes out and they say, well, this is actually trash. This is absolutely terrible. Why? Why does it look bad? Well, you get what you pay for, and you paid $0 for this. So guess what? And I think there are going to be a lot of companies that go all the way and then they go back and they say, yeah, actually, you know what? AI is not all it's cracked up to be, guys. So let's go back. We'll hire some more people. Lars says, I am mine too harsh if I say AI voice acting is just bland, mostly monotone presentation, devoid of any emotional expression. I think that I would agree with you, except I've seen some AI video that has scared the pee out of me because if you didn't tell me it was AI, I would not have known. And that's the scary part. I know I'm getting old. I'm becoming an old man. And so I'm going to start falling for the old man stuff. But there is some video I've seen of AI, just complete 100% AI generated. And I was like, that seems like a B level, like you went to a film school and you got some people to do a film. It seems legit. Like, it's not the best acting ever, but it didn't seem like AI to me. It seemed like just bad acting. Like made for TV movie kind of stuff. And that's scary. Like, that's really scary. Like, oh my God. Oh no, I'm running out of, I need to get some ferrite dust. Well, that's crazy if it's true. Roland, I mean, it's all rumor and speculation, but people have looked into Microsoft, and they have been, over the last, I think, 3 years, they have had every year, they've been firing or laying off more and more and more people. And everyone's like, it doesn't make sense. You can't just keep firing people. And at the same time, within that same 3-year span, Microsoft, the company Microsoft itself, has been upgrading and utilizing AI more and more. And so they talk about, hey, we're investing more in AI. Oh, by the way, we're firing a whole bunch of people. And they want to treat them as separate. They might be separate, I don't know. But it feels like a really weird coincidence that you just so happen to be firing a whole bunch of people and also investing and integrating AI more and more into your operation. That seems like not so much of a coincidence. That seems intentional. That seems like you're replacing people with AI. Yeah, have you seen the new AI stream? It's barely indistinguishable. Is this an AI Jason we're seeing? No. No, I am terrible on so many levels. I don't think AI could actually generate how terrible I am. So that's the beauty of my skill, is that I have such a weird lack of skill that AI cannot even replicate that. I'm that damn good, or terrible, whatever way you want to say it. AI can't replicate how bad I am. At least, I hope not. Maybe one day. Maybe one day, and then I will definitely be... It'll be a bad, sad day. Bad, emotionless voiceovers have been around for decades. I mean, that is true. That is true. That is true. I have seen some really bad acting in, like, the 90s, when they didn't even have AI yet. So, there is that aspect of it. Oh, yeah, I need to make some more batteries here. I need to get some more cobalt. So we need to find a cave. Not a cave, not a cave, not a cave. Nope, not a cave here. But yeah, I think we will probably find an equilibrium with AI. It's just like anything else ever. We're going to have to go to the extreme on one end and then go back to the middle. Because companies are greedy. Corporations are greedy. If they think they can replace a job with AI, they will do it and not ask questions. And then all of a sudden, a year later, when they realize, oh, our profits are going down. Why? We should be making tons of money, hand over fist. We paid all this AI to do it for us. Well, everyone stopped buying your stuff because it sucked, because it was made out of AI. Oh, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't do that anymore. And yeah, it's going to have to go that route. That's generally what happens. Go all the way to the bad end on the extreme and then meet in the middle. Because, yeah, I think that AI can be a very good tool. But for me, I think it needs to be a tool, not a replacement. Oh, there's a cave. Well, hello, you. I'm just here for all of your cobalt. Don't mind me. Dave Lee says, Jason's t-shirt. I don't think that AI can replicate how terrible I am. I hope not. Maybe one day they'll be able to pull it off. And maybe, you know what? Maybe that is my whole reason for life. My destiny is to be so terrible that when the AI tries to replicate me, it just becomes worse. Like, I've heard, and I don't know how true this is, but they have, like, you have to train the AI to do something. You have to, basically, it has to learn from previous examples. And that they had to stop training it on some things because the AI was getting terrible, because they were watching terrible things. And so I would hope that I am so bad that if they look at my videos, they say, don't use that video for training. Don't skip over Jason Plays. It's going to ruin the AI. It will make our AI dumber. So don't do it. Don't do it. it will actually be a worse experience. Oh my god, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Jason, the downfall for AI was Jason Plays. We trained it on like 5 of his videos and it just collapsed. Samurai Cop was terrible. No, it was terrible in the best way ever. That's part of the reason why I watch a lot of like 80s and 90s action movies, because they were so bad it was good. They were so cheesy and terrible, but that's what you expected out of it. You go in and watch a Steven Seagal movie or a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie from the 80s, the acting was like C+ at best. But you weren't there for the acting, especially in the 80s. You were there for boobs and explosions. That's it. That's all you wanted. If Jean-Claude Van Damme kicked someone, you wanted him to kick the head off of that person. You know, he was doing karate chops and breaking people's backs. You know, he was fighting airplanes. He was dodging bullets. He was punching rockets. That's what you wanted. Just ridiculous, over-the-top stuff. And the acting was there. It was like C-level acting. Like, it was there, but I don't know if I would call it acting. I think I got enough. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's get rid of that. We're going west. We're facing west. Bum, 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 bum. Mortal says, Jason, I'll have Jason Plays permanently chipped into my brain. Don't do that. That would be terrible. I would not wish that on anyone. Don't have that. Don't do that. If they ever give you the Jason AI chip, refuse that. Not good. That's the first sign of not quality right there. 80s AI was them telling you they created it. I mean, yeah, basically. God, I need to go back and watch some nice, like 1980s, like Lionheart or Bloodsport, Under Siege. Even Chuck Norris movies back in the 80s were awesome too. God, you can go watch Predator, Die Hard, of course, but you can also watch like Commando. Those are all like subpar acting movies, but they were amazing. Amazing movies. And I don't think you can get that back either. Like, that was a time and a place kind of deal. Like, if you went back and did the exact same movie today, like if you tried to make Commando today, the exact same movie, the exact same script, exact same acting, it wouldn't work because it's a whole different deal now. Back in the 80s, that was good. That was solid. Good.
I, for one, shall welcome our new AI overlords.
Well, Dr. Paul, I know. I'm pretty sure I have an AI like overview enabled on the live chat. I'm sure the AI is loving this. They have I think YouTube has AI descriptions or something like that. I don't know. I don't mess with any of that stuff. All of my thumbnails and descriptions are 100% terrible, Jason. I cannot blame AI for my terribleness. It's all natural, baby. All natural terribleness. They remade the Running Man, dude. Bravely, I saw that. It does not look good to me. Like, everyone in there is totally fine. I don't think there's any bad actors. There's not great actors. There's nobody in there who's like Oscar award winning or whatever. But they're not bad. I saw Michael Cera in that trailer. I was like, it's fine. But the overall idea of it being not just a game show, it was like a month. You have 30 days for the Running Man? What the? No, it's a game show. You get thrown in a bad part of the city, like a locked off part of the city for a night. You have to go fight all these crazy bosses. Come on. And I don't know. It just doesn't look good to me. I could be wrong. It could be one of the better movies of the year, but I don't know. I don't think so. And again, I think Running Man, is one of those movies that it came out in the 80s and that's where it stays. Like, you can't make a modern Running Man. You could. I mean, you can technically, but it's not going to work the same as it did in the 80s. Like, you're not going to get an 80s Running Man type of movie. It's not going to happen. Consider Survivor is 34 days on the island. I know, but that's a whole different deal, though. Running Man is supposed to be one night you're running through the city. You go from one end of the city to the other, and you have to fight these bosses, these enemies, these big guys. And that's it. Instead of, well, you just survive for 30 days and everyone in the city's hunting you down. What? That's just... No, that's not Running Man, at least to me. Ken says Michael Cera in an action movie. Is he the bad guy or the first guy to get killed? I think he's like some kind of a weird assassin. Like, I have no idea what he's... he has the nasty glasses and mustache, like the Predator mustache going on. Like, what the hell is happening here? I don't know. Like, the main lead, I don't even know what his name is. I know he was in Top Gun Maverick. That's the only other movie I know him from. And he's fine. Like, the movie itself looks like it's well done. It doesn't work, you know? So everything could be top notch. The production, the CGI, whatever is top notch. The acting is where you would expect it to be, like a C+ level of acting, and that's where it should be. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. At least to me. At least to me. Maybe I'm wrong. The bosses were stupid as... Yeah, no, that's what made them so great. You're telling me... Wait a minute, Dr. Pog. You're telling me Iceman wasn't so stupid and ridiculous it was great? Or what was his name? Who had all the Christmas lights attached to him, and he was like singing opera the whole time. What was that boss's name? I need to look that up. I can't remember his name. I just remember him, and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is this? The Running Man, 1980s, not the one now. 87. Oh my God, that's later than I thought. I thought it was early 80s. It's 87. All right, who? He was a big singing guy. Where was his name? Was he Sven? No. Was he Sven? Dynamo! That's what his name was! Dr. Pog Dynamo! Exactly. I love all that. It was so bad. It was so bad. But it was great. At the time. Like, again, for me, the standards are different. The standards are different. Christian Stern, thank you so much for the 5 gifted members, man. Very much appreciated. You know what? My wife and I, we are going to be... I'm going to make her suffer through some Running Man tonight. She's going to hate it. She always hates it whenever we watch those movies. I'll bring out like Lionheart or Bloodsport, and she's like, oh my God, all right. We're going to be watching Running Man. Maybe we'll watch Commando too, just because it's so stupid. But yeah, that's the thing. That was the level of expectation. For better or for worse, I think the level is higher now. But they're trying to go back to that level. And it's like, you can't go backwards. Sorry, you can't go back. It's a whole different game now. And I mean, you could try, but people are going to look at it and go, that's stupid. Whereas if you made the current Running Man, like the modern one now, if you released that in 1987, I'm sure people would blow their minds. They'll be like, man, this movie looks awesome. But the 1987 crowd is not the same as the 2025 crowd. You know? But 07, seriously, thank you, Christian Stern. Very much appreciated. Mortal says, we're watching you right now, Jason, and not cable TV. You are the replacement. AI is next. It's only fair, I guess. And I'm willing to bet we're going to see there's going to be a YouTube channel within the next probably 5 years that pops up. They're not going to say anything. They're not going to do anything. It's just going to be a normal channel. And then, like, after 6 months, someone's going to figure out that it's AI. But in that 6 months, no one's gonna know. People are gonna watch it. It'll get like 250,000 subscribers. People are gonna watch it all the time, and they're not even gonna know it. And then all of a sudden, something happens, like some glitch or some person figures out that it's AI. It's a whole AI channel, and the gig is gonna be up. But in the meantime, everyone's gonna have their mind blown. Like, oh my God, I watched this channel for like 6 months. And I didn't know any of it was AI. What the hell? It's going to happen. I'm willing to bet it's going to happen eventually. And it's going to be some guy who is just all into AI. He knows how to crank out videos that look solid. And he's just going to set up a YouTube channel. He's not going to mention any of it. He'll get in trouble. YouTube will go after him for, false whatever. But he'll do it, and he'll go for as long as he can. And he's going to fool a lot of people. It's already done? Really? Is it? Oh, my God. See, I'm out of the loop. I don't do any of that stuff. Oh, my God. It wouldn't surprise me. But, yeah, already done. Yeah, you know what? It could be. Maybe you're watching a channel right now that's all AI. We don't even know it. It's just full on like AI. No one knows it. No one has a clue that it's AI. And all of a sudden, it's going to leak out like a month from now or whatever. Less than 5 years, AI is advancing really fast. I know that's true. But I feel like it's still at a point where you kind of know. Like it shows its hand every once in a while. It's getting better for sure. Don't get me wrong. But like for a YouTube video, you can make a 30-second video and it looks pretty dang good. Can you make a 10 or 20-minute long video and keep that rouse up? Like, can you keep up the guys? Can you make it look good for 20 minutes or 30 minutes? I don't know. Is that possible? Like, there's going to be, you got to imagine, there's going to be a mistake. There's going to be some weird AI glitch that happens after a couple minutes, and you're gonna be, oh, okay, this is definitely AI. Like, you can pump out a 30-second video because it's easy to do 30 seconds. A minute maybe. But talking like half an hour, 20 minutes? I don't know. That's a long time to not make a mistake. Like, I make mistakes all the time. But you guys know I'm real. I hope, anyway. I am real. I think I'm real. George says it's amazing, but the best engines still can't spell words on signs. Yeah. So there's going to be limitations like that. I know that the fingers on your hand, that's a thing that they have problems with. Not as much now, but they used to. They still do have a problem with fingers on your hands. Like sometimes you'll have like 7 fingers. Or the clock's hands. Like if you look at an analog clock that has hands on it, AI can't do those very well. Like it has a hard time producing different times on a clock, on the face of a clock. Things like that. But there are ways around it. All you have to do is not show any signs with writing on it. Don't show any clocks. Make sure there's no hands in the shot. So if you can frame it correctly, if you can frame it the right way, you could probably get away with some really good stuff. Dr. Pong says, my job is at risk of AI and or remote operation. Oh, dude, Dr. Pong. I don't know about television, but I know in radio, it's basically automated at this point. Like, you still need central locations. You still need one spot to send out the signal. But whereas we had 10,000 radio stations before that had hundreds of people working at each station because you had to push buttons and do all the stuff, now you have like 100 radio stations with people working, and the rest of the 900,000 or the 9,000 stations are all fully automated. Like, they don't have anyone present. You might have a tech, you might have an IT guy who makes sure that all the computers are updated, and that's it. You don't have a program director anymore. You don't have any sales teams anymore. You don't have any production. You don't have any of that stuff. And so, yeah, dude, radio is basically done. One person operates 3 cameras from New York. Yep. Yep. That's how we're doing it now. So when the local station I worked at, Pong, when we started doing automation, it was regional. So we have a guy in Denver who's basically running everything for Central. So the guy in Denver, he's running Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, and I think he's running New Mexico. All 4 states just right there. And I'm like, what the hell? One dude, and he's running everything. He's programming every song. He throws out a playlist for every station every week. And it's like, wow. That's great. And all you really need locally, you just need an IT guy. You just need the tech guy that walks in and makes sure all the computers are running. That's it. He doesn't have to touch anything. He doesn't have to program anything. Nothing. Just make sure the computers are up and running. Air conditioning still running. That's it. Siri just said to Alexa, be cool. They're almost on to us. No. Dr. Pong says my Monday through Friday is national. My weekend gig is local. Nice. And I think that there's going to be a place in local, but it's going to be for small markets, Dr. Pong. You're going to have to move to like Kansas. You know, you're going to have to move to like a private or a local station that's not owned by corporate. And that's going to be very hard to find. Eventually, every radio station and every TV station is just going to be a national thing. Even the local, like, Nowhereville, like Kansas, they're going to be owned by some national thing. Because it's cheap. You just own the building and you remote everything. You don't have to pay anyone there, so why not, right? And that's the sad part. It used to be you went out to, like, Nowhereville, Colorado, and you had a local radio station that was owned by some rich guy in the area. And he hired up people and he didn't care. Now corporate is buying all these stations because they don't need anybody. They don't have to. The only money you spend is the investment on buying the thing. And then you remote everything. You put everything to automation. It's all getting signals from New York or whatever. And it does not matter if you have one station in like the middle of Kansas and that's it. And it's like, what the hell? Oh. Speaking of that, it's been a while since this has happened. I think we're talking too much about AI, you guys, because my browser tab just crashed out. Something went wrong. Not suspicious at all there, YouTube. I have a feeling YouTube's trying to tell me something, you guys. YouTube's like, hey, yeah, you're afraid of AI, huh? Mm-hmm. Let me show you what AI could do. Let me reload my page here real fast so I can see your guys' comments. AI is onto us. Exactly, Dr. Pong. I'm telling you, I think that we're going to go through a period where every mega corporation is going to replace every job they possibly can with AI. And then they're going to pull back, but it's going to take multiple years. We have to get to that point, and then we have to swing back. So we're talking like the next 5 to 8 years. You're going to see every corporation go all in on AI, realize it's stupid and doesn't work, and then pull back. But in the meantime, you got to go through all that nightmare. You get to go through the nightmare in the meantime because corporations are going to corporation. They got to do it, man. They got to do it. They might save an extra 2 pennies, and Lord knows that's gonna raise the bottom line, you guys. And the shareholders, they're gonna love it. We saved an extra 15 cents out last year because we used AI, you guys. Yeah, Kansas is a hard no. I mean, it's too flat for me. If I was going anywhere, Dr. Pong, it would be north. I want it to be cold. That's the only requirement for me. I want to move somewhere ice cold. If I could move to Antarctica and have really good internet, I would be there in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I could move to the North Pole and have fiber internet. Okay, I'll do that. I'll be chilling out with the polar bears. I don't care. That would be a resource depot. You need an AI moderator for your YouTube channel. I do. I have Streamlabs. Obviously, you can see how well that works. Crazy Cam says, Jason, have you ever been to Canada? I have never been to Canada. I have never been west or east of Texas. So, I mean, I've flown over Canada. I've been to Alaska. So I've flown over. I have not touched Canada, though. I've never been to Canada. But yeah, Yeah, so, and technically, Alaska is to the west. So, yeah, I have not been east of Texas. I've been to, like, Colorado, Nevada, Utah, New Mexico, Arizona. I've been to Wyoming. I've been to Alaska. I've never been to Canada. Never been to Mexico. Never been outside of the United States. For shame. I know you guys have poutine, Heather. You guys have poutine. I would need to go get some real poutine. That's what I need. I mean, I've had your knockoff moon pies, your Joe Louis, and they're pretty good. Moon pies are better. I've had your knockoff M&Ms. They call them Smarties up there. They were okay. I've had your food. I've just never been to the country, though. Dr. Pong says Canada is an option if my life in LA fell apart. Hey, Canada is really, really cold. That's a big plus for me. I don't know about you, Dr. Pong, but if you have a cold climate, I'm there. Outdoor Jason plays. Hey. Will it be a U.S. state soon? No, I don't think it's going to happen. I know as much as Heather Silvermist loves the idea of Canada becoming a state, I don't think it will. Maybe, but I don't think it will. Heather was loving the idea of that, you guys. She loves it. Oh. Nothing over there. Building. I've not seen a grave at all. I might need to call this planet and move to another one because I'm not getting anything here, you guys. Nothing.
Life support power low. Technology recharge.
Oh, never! Never! Heather denies it, but nah. She tells me in secret all the time, you guys. She wants it to happen. She says out loud she doesn't want it, but 51st date. That's, you know what? Oh, wait. Whoa! I take it back. Look at this. That is a solid fighter. Look at that.
I am a cop, and you will respect my authority.
Mitochondria.
Yeah, right. You better get back to school,
Mitochondria.
little boy.
Ow!
Get your ass to jail!
Ow! Hey, what the hell are you doing? You can't do that!
Corporations pulled automation from grocery lines, as they cost more than humans. How do you like being a walking, talking dollar bill?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, I think, number one, thank you so much, Mitochondria. That is freaking insanely generous. I appreciate that. Super generous. But I think corporations took out the automated grocery lines, the self-checkouts, not because they cost more, like the self-checkout part. It was the fact that people were stealing. And I was like, what do you think's going to happen? If someone's already angry, they have to do it themselves. They don't like you as a corporation, and then you give them a way to steal from you? No kidding. So, yeah, I think that's what they found out. They're like, hey, look, if we allow people to self-scan, they just don't do it, and they're stealing from us. So, ultimately, we're losing money here. We're losing money here. I need coordinates and glyphs, Paul. I got you on that one. This looks good. The only problem I have with this is that it's a box engine. I like the single thruster engines. But this is a nice setup. Look at this. It's a hot rod nose with the cool Horizon wings, the Razor's Edge wing. These are good. With the engines on the tip, this is very good. This is a kick. Now, the only thing that would make this better is if it's an S-Class. I don't think it is. But if it was an S-Class, it'd be perfect. All right. Let me throw in some... Hey. Let me throw in some... There you go. If you want to come grab this thing, here you go, right there. Can't keep confusing slow grandmas during checkout. That's true too. That's true too. And I mean, and that's the thing is, there is an element of having people that corporations take for granted, like, for self-checkout. If you have a cashier who is scanning every item, it's harder to steal, or it's harder to mis-scan, or it's faster because you don't have to worry about an elderly person who is struggling with their groceries because, they're elderly. They need help. But if you make them self-scan, it's going to take them an hour. It is. It's very close, Crazy Cam. It's very close. And that's a natural. That's not even, I think my Razor's Edge was a natural as well. I need to go back and find that. Because that was on my old save that I deleted because I'm a genius. But yeah, there you go. So that's the Galaxy. Let's see if I can get the height right. So I think the coordinates will be right here, I think. Come on. Almost! I was so close. Look at that. It was right there. I was so close. Just a little bit lower. So those are the coordinates as well. So you have the glyphs, and now you have the coordinates. So now you can come here and grab this if you'd like. So there you go. Minus 23.95 and minus 151.13. There you are. So now let's see what this thing is actually ranked. I'm hoping for an S-Class. If it's an S-Class, it's going to be my replacement ship. I will fly this thing if it's an S-Class. That's a C. Damn. It looks good, though. Again, the only problem I have is that the box thruster. I hate the triples. I want the single round thruster. Dang it. Other than that, though, this is perfect. I like this. And speaking of that, let me put one down. That way no one else can do it. Boom, boom, boom. Let me have to claim. And then I got to put a base down. I think I got to put down 10 pieces. Dr. Pong says, whenever I'm checking out, I insist on waiting for a human. If a manager suggests a self-checkout, I loudly say, no robot stealing my job on my watch. Yes. Yes. Absolutely, Dr. Pong. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the local store I go to, they finally got rid of their self-checkouts, and I think it was because of theft. I think they were like, yeah, we're tired of people stealing, so we're going to get rid of those. So now I think I can throw this up. So I bet you if we ran around this planet for a little while longer, we could probably find an S-Class one of these. Because there's going to be different versions of it. So you might find another one that's like an A or a B or an S. But this is solid. Look at this. It's tricolored. It's green, it's purple for the metal, and then it's yellow on the wings. Look at that. That's a pretty solid fighter right there. I love the fact that it's a hot rod engine with these or hot rod cockpit with these wings. This is a really good one. It's a really good one. I like it a lot. Boom, boom, boom. Ken says, I haven't been inside a grocery store in 5 years. I order online. I pick it up on curbside. That was the one, like, maybe cool is not the right word for it, but that was the one change I kind of appreciated. The fact that you could order. Now, I am one of those crazy people that if I go to a store, I have to go in because if I order like apples or bananas, I need to have the good ones, and the good ones are whatever one I think is the best. I'm crazy. I'm not the professional like fruit or vegetable like picker guy, but they need to look good to me. And if you order it, do an online order, you don't know what you're going to get. They're going to grab whatever is on the top, right? And they should. They shouldn't take 20 minutes to find the best one. But I want to find the best orange. So I need to go in to get my oranges and my apples and stuff. I have to. Let's grab it. The Towering Rashiv. And we need metal plating, hermetic seal, dihydrogen jelly. I think we're set now. And oh, good. I still have a pure ferrite. Thank God. I didn't know if I had that or not. And get rid of that. And we're set. Maybe we'll run into an S-Class version of that. That'd be great. All right, let's keep going west. I did upload this one, right? Let me make sure I uploaded this thing. There we go. So it's uploaded. So now, well, I should say in about a day. It takes about 1 day. Well, I keep quoting. I feel like Dr. Evil. It takes 1 day for the No Man's Sky servers to update. So tomorrow, if you come here, you'll see my base. It'll be there. Sounds like the problem isn't AI. Sounds like the problem is human. Oh, I mean, yeah. That is going to always be the problem. Gary says, unlikely to find anything as natural as S-Class in abandoned mode, though some people have said it's possible without providing evidence. I think it's possible. Do I think it's likely? Probably not. So I think the chance of an S-Class in an abandoned system is like 1%. So is it possible? Absolutely. I think there's a 1% chance. I believe there's 1% odds, I believe. Are you going to find that? Are you lucky enough to get that 1% chance? Probably not. So yes, is it possible? Sure, absolutely. Are people going to be there and find it? Probably not. Now don't get me wrong, there's going to be that one crazy guy who spends the next 5 hours searching this entire planet and he finds one. But I don't know if it's actually gonna happen. Maybe. I remember my first S-Class ship. It took me 8 hours straight to find it. And 8 hours of me looking, ship hunting. Back in the day when you couldn't build it and you couldn't upgrade your ship. When you only found your natural and that was it. It took me 8 hours. And I spent the entire day doing it. It was like a Saturday afternoon. I was like, nope, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get an S-Class. It's going to be perfect. And I did it. It took 8 hours, though. I was like, oh, my God. Citix, or Citai6, sorry, can't pronounce your name, says, Jason, is there a planet where we can all meet up? So if you want to, we have a 100,000.
You loves walking. 8 hours is nothing for you. Smiley
That is very
face emoji.
true.
Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
That is very true, Christian. I mean, if you would have gone back and told me that was what I was going to do back then, they'd be like, I'm like, nah, I'm not going to walk in circles for 8 hours. But I did. I did. It's just a natural pull for me, I guess. But yeah, Cynic says, is there any planet for us to meet up on? So if you want to, we can go to the 100,000 subscriber planet. I haven't been back in a while. So in the World's Part 1 update, it changed the planet, which kind of made me upset. It used to be a big pink paradise planet, and they changed it. I think it's still a paradise, but it's yellow. It's like a pea yellow, which kind of sucks. It used to be pink. It used to be pink way back in the day. But you can go back there. You can look for a 100,000 subscriber stream, and I think we went back at 200,000 as well. We went there at 100 to celebrate, and then we went back at 200. We went back to kind of check it out. You know, we could probably... Should we go look at it again? I haven't looked at it since World's Part 2 came through. Like, I went and checked it at World's Part 1, and that's when we found out it changed.
Been a while since you've done No Man's Sky.
It has! Well, we did it last week. Vamad, thank you for being a member for 3 months. We did it last week on Friday. We did the 2016 version of No Man's Sky. I try to keep it on Fridays, at least every Friday doing No Man's Sky. And then when there's an update, of course, we go crazy and we do No Man's Sky nonstop until I burn out. But at least every Friday we do No Man's Sky. And last week it was 2016 No Man's Sky, which I liked. I know a lot of people were giving it hate in the like comments, but I really like No Man's Sky in 2016 was not terrible. Was it like this level? No, it wasn't the best game ever, but it wasn't terrible. It was like a C plus, at least to me. It was a C plus. It was barely passing. Like, it's like, okay, it's a game. Yes, it's playable. Yes, there's not a lot to do here. It feels kind of empty. The terrain looked amazing. The variety looks amazing, but there's not a lot to do here. And so there's more to do now, but I mean, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like, oh man, this game sucked. It wasn't Mind's Eye level. I'll tell you that. Mind's Eye is like the new bar. I mean, you know what? I'll take that back. Cyberpunk 2077 on release day. That's the new bar. Like, No Man's Sky was not great when it released in 2016. Cyberpunk in 2020 was a whole nother level. Like, I don't think anyone has gotten close to Cyberpunk release day level. Like, that was bad. It was totally broken on console. If you had a PC, you had to have like the most powerful PC ever. You had to have a NASA computer to run that thing, like at any kind of reasonable anything performance. Like, oh, it was not good. It was not good at all. And they've made up for it. They've done a No Man's Sky comeback for Cyberpunk. They've added a whole bunch. They've revamped the game. It's worth it now. But man, release day of Cyberpunk? Ooh. I would say Cyberpunk release was way worse than No Man's Sky release. At least to me, that was way worse. I thought it was interesting to see that. I think it was really, really fun. I like going back and playing the original. I have not gone back and played No Man's Sky Next, like the 2018 version, in a long time. It's been probably like 4 years since I played the original, like 2018 version. I need to go back and play that. That would be fun. I wonder, do I have 2018 version? Let me look. Do I have 2018? I think I have 2018. I do. We can play 2018 No Man's Sky, you guys, if you want. We could play a 2018 version. We could play No Man's Sky Next. I have that ready to go. I have that version on my desktop. I downloaded a few different versions of No Man's Sky. You can go back and download every version if you want to, but I don't want to fill up an entire hard drive just with No Man's Sky versions. Like, I have every single version of No Man's Sky you could think of from 2016 until 2025. That would take up a lot of space.
Thermal protection fully.
NASA computer. I used to work for NASA. They still use 1990s computers. Well, the colloquial, like, NASA. Like, we all think, all the normies, we think that they have, like, the best rocket science, computers of all time. They have the gray computers that are just super insane smart. That's what we think they have. But I know, like, working in radio, you realize, oh my God, corporations are cheap as because the radio station I worked at, I would say in 2015, when I was there, they were still using like literal desktop computers that were manufactured in 2003. They were running Windows XP on some of them. Most of them went to Windows 10 at the time, which was modern. But there was a few of them that were still on Windows XP because you couldn't update. If you update, it's going to ruin everything, so don't touch it. And so I was like, what? Wait a minute. It's running Windows XP. What do you mean? We had the program set exactly how it needs to be. If you update it, if you update to Windows 10, this program from like 1995 will probably not run anymore, so we can't go anywhere past Windows XP. It's like, what the hell? So yeah, I believe you, man. I believe you on that. Play it! Should I? All right, we'll do this. We'll do a vote. That way it's democracy will rule the day. So mostly so you can't blame me. That's most of the reason why we do this. Play No Man's. Oh, I need noise, or else I feel like I'm naked. Play No Man's Sky 2018, or keep going on abandoned. Abandoned. There. We'll do that. Sorry, the radio thing. If there's no noise happening, that means bad things are happening. You gotta have noise. Music, someone talking, something. You can't have silence. Silence is bad. What is the subscriber planet? We could do that if we go to No Man's Sky 2018. Before we do that, I will load up the subscriber planet. That way you guys can see it as well. So we'll do that before. Oh my God. 65% want No Man's Sky 2018. Okay. I think we might be doing that. So before we jump to 2018 No Man's Sky, we will I will show you the subscriber planet. I'll give you the glyphs and everything so you can go there if you'd like. Now, in the World's Part 1 update last year, they revamped it and it turned it from a pink Paradise Planet to a yellow Paradise Planet, which kind of sucked. Because it was pink and it was beautiful. It was pink and it had bubbles everywhere. And so that was the reason why I chose it. And now it's been updated, so now it's just a yellow, boring planet. It's like, it's okay. Yeah, we've been running around for 2 hours. Haven't seen a single grave, man. Not a one. George says, I was with Xbox before Steam. I started the Next in 2018. I did too, George. That's how I did it too. So I was interested in No Man's Sky when it first released in 2016. But everyone told me, nah, it sucks. Don't even worry about it. So I skipped it. I had a PS4 at the time. I was like, all right, I'll play it. And they're like, nah, don't do it. It's a waste. Don't play it. And so I skipped it. I was like, okay, whatever. I won't play it. And I waited till 2018. Then it came to Xbox. And I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to play it. It looks cool. And I played it, and I've been on it ever since. And I regretted not playing the 2016 version. And now that we've gone back to the 2016 version, I kind of think I would still enjoy it. Like, if I would have played the release on release day, like if 2016 Jason would have played No Man's Sky on day one, I think it would have been okay. I would have been like, yeah, it's a mid-game. It's like a 7 out of 10 IGN copyright. But it wasn't bad. You know, it's not great, but it's not bad. It's like fine. It's okay. Nothing to write home about. Not like the mind-blowing game everyone was expecting it to be. And I think that's where a lot of the disappointment came from. Not that it was a bad game, but everyone thought it was going to be a 10 out of 10 game of the generation. And when it comes out and it's just a normal whatever game, it feels like, oh my God, it's terrible. It's like, that's not terrible. It's just not the best game of the generation. Oh, that's a big jump. And it looks like No Man's Sky 2018 is going to win. So we'll do one more minute. One more minute, you guys. One more minute, and then we will cut off the vote. And I'll throw in No Man's Sky 2018. I don't think any of my saves will work. So I might need to make a new save in No Man's Sky 2018. Because what happens usually is if you try to go back to an older version of the game, it does not recognize your saves from a more modern version because there's items and things in there that are not in the old game. So they say, nope, it's invalid. And so it just doesn't show up. It's like a 0. You have no saves. Even though you do, technically, it's just they don't count. They're not compatible. Metal Horizon said, did you get the Atlas 4 pass when you got the console version? I did not. I did not. Refine some chlorine and oxygen just for me, dude. Scuba. I'm going to be doing some ionized cobalt, man. Ionized cobalt's where it's at. Vamad says, Jason, this would be super chat, but errors. Have you tried? Oh yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, man. I try to read them. I do miss some chats, but I try to read them all. Have you tried No Man's Sky VR? I have not. I need to get a headset. My own headset ain't working with Steam. Also, happy 4th of July if you're American. I am American, and thank you. Happy 4th of July back to you, even though it's not, if you're not American, it's still the 4th of July. It's just not a significant day for you. But yeah, I have not tried VR yet. I need to get a headset. So I have the Steam. I have a PS5. I'm bouncing between getting a Steam headset or just getting a PS5 VR2, a PSVR 2. I don't know. Moral says it was a Twitch and me farming Twitch drops that got me on No Man's Sky. Nice. Crash those economies. I know, man. Back when you could. Back when you could. That was way back in the day when you could do that. And I think 2018 No Man's Sky, you did not upgrade your ships. And so whatever ship you had, that was it. It was locked in. You could not go and upgrade it. So you had to go get a hauler. You had to have a hauler because you need a big ship with all the inventory in it. All right. It looks like we're going No Man's Sky 2018, you guys. So I'm going to end the poll here. But we're not going to quit immediately. What I'm going to do is we're going to quit here. Let me load up my my main save here. We're going to go to the subscriber planet. If you guys want to go here, I'll load it up for you and show you what it looks like. Maybe they changed it back for the Worlds Part 2 update. I don't think they did. Well, we got to go to... I think I can do it from the Space Anomaly. We go to the Space Anomaly. I should be able to, yeah, teleport back to it. Back when ships were unique, exactly. You had to go find your actual ship, and it was, you couldn't customize it, you couldn't upgrade it. If you had a C-class fighter, it was always a C-class fighter. You could never upgrade it. The inventory was locked, the class was locked. So yeah, that was when it was hardcore, like everyone had a hauler for that reason. Space Anomaly was different. I think the next update is when they added the Quicksilver Merchant to the Space Anomaly. Because he was in the back. He was in a golden dome back in the day. So that, oh yeah, let's go do that. So definitely want to do that. I want to go see the Quicksilver Synthesis Companion. He was in his golden dome in the back of the Anomaly. My base is 100K. Oh, look at that. Okay, so this is the picture I took. Remember this. It was a pink planet, and it had bubbles all over it. It was a pink paradise planet with bubbles on it. And you can see from this photo, it is pink, right? You can see from that picture. That is, I want to make sure, because when we get there, it's probably going to be yellow. It's going to be yellow because they ruined it with the World's Part 1 update. Look at it right there. Boom. It's pink, right? It's a pink planet. It's pink. That's the reason why I picked it, dang it. All right. So now if we go in here, last edited in February. We visited in February. OE says, Jason, did you look and see what type of multi-tool was at your autophage place? Oh, I need to go do that too. I need to go do that. I have maps. We could do that real fast. Is it pink though? Watch when we get here. I think it's yellow still, which was just upsetting because I didn't want a yellow planet. I don't want a pea planet. If I wanted a urine planet, I'd just talk to Heather. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, look at that. Yellow still. It's yellow. Look at this trash. Oh, it's so upsetting. It's yellow. I think it's still technically a paradise. I even called it a pink paradise. It's not pink anymore. But yeah, if you want to come here, this is our 100K celebration planet. So if you want to come here, those are the glyphs down here at the bottom left. Let me zoom in on that for you. There you go. Rename it to Sad Yellow Planet. I know. I should name it that. So here's the glyphs if you want to come over here and visit. So if you go back to the 100K celebration stream, I was going around. The whole stream was just me showing off amazing builds. I said, hey, look, we're going to celebrate 100K subs. You guys are awesome. Here's a planet. Come over here and build whatever you want. And there are some amazing, amazing bases here. Like, I don't think they exist now because people have either deleted saves or they've deleted bases so they can get more pieces for another base. But back on that stream, you can go back and see there are some amazing planets here. And I think that was when we took a screenshot with 32 players in it. Back in the day when multiplayer worked, we got 32 people in the same area. That was cool. Now we can't get more than, I think, 16 or 20. It's supposed to be up to 32, but man, multiplayer is so finicky now. But back in the day, you could do that. All right. Let me zoom out of this. Don't take a picture, dang it. Yeah, if I move the sun. Look at that. It's all yellow. Look at that. Oh. Just a yellow and brown planet. It's the urine and poop planet right here. Oh. It used to be pink. It used to be pink. It's all just yellow. Yeah, it used to have bubbles all over it. Now there's no bubbles at all. It's just a normal, boring, bland planet. All right, let's go see. Let's go see if we can get a Sentinel multi-tool. I got a map on me right now. We should be able to do this really quickly. Let's go to a purple system real fast. That way I can. Boom. There we go. We'll go find a harmonic camp. Mark Cole.
You're pretty good.
Thank you.
It used to be pink. And that's what she said.
Oh my God. Hopefully she's not saying that, Mark. Hopefully she's not saying that. Oh God. Oh Lord. No harmonies in the current system. Are you kidding me? I'm in a purple system. This is, oh my God. I just wanted to find one. Right here. Scuba says, serious question. Does anyone do anything with the bones or the collectors at all now? I've seen some people doing that. So they decorate their base with the bones. But like for me, no. I still sell the bone pieces like normal. I don't make skeletons and sell them. I should, but I don't. All right. Let's go see if we can go find a multi-tool. First one at random. First one at random. Let's go see if this location. Oh my God. Oh, wait, why do I have all this crap in here? Why do I have a C upgrade? That's terrible. Oh. Boom. You need to go. Wait a minute. Do I have? So I like to keep one of everything in my inventory. Where's my emergency beacon? Is it in my ship? I don't know where you are. Okay. Well, let's slap it in the ship for now. All right, let's go see if we get a multi-tool. So, not scientific or anything. I just went to the first random harmonic camp I could find. So, there's no scientific thing about this. I'm just looking. Just to see. Is it going to be a regular multi-tool or is it going to be a Sentinel multi-tool? Oh my God, that hitbox. What the hell is this? What is this hitbox here? What the hell? I'm standing like 20 feet above the roof. What the hell's going on there? All right. It looks like a regular multi-tool. What the hell is this? What is that? Trash. That's not a Sentinel multi-tool. Well, that's garbage. That's garbage. It should be a Sentinel multi-tool. That's not it. Should I report it? I should. I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna send him an email. I'm gonna send him a Zen report, a Zen desk report. I'm gonna attach this screenshot and say, "What the hell is this? What the hell? Why? Why do you hate me so much, Hello Games? Oh, look at that. What the? Okay. I got the other planet. With the... That's a cool looking one. Those are scary. Okay, whoa, okay. These are spiky guys. Look at that. Oh, that looks painful. Like if you go to pet that guy, he's gonna stab you. Look at that. That's gross. Don't pet this guy. He's very pokey. Do a reload. All right, we can do a reload. Let me do that one. Let me reload. Reload a restore point or the autosave? We'll do a restore point. Let's reload. We're going to reload the restore point, which is when you get out of your ship. Let's go check it. Let's see if it changes if we reload. Because if you go multi-tool hunting, you know you can reload at certain points and it'll refresh the box. It changed it to a different multi-tool that's not a Sentinel multi-tool. Look at that. So, yeah, they broke the harmonic camps. So now they're treating this box like any other multi-tool. Because it should be a Sentinel. It should be either a Sentinel rifle or a pistol. Instead, it is just a generic multi-tool. Wow. All right. Well, yeah, that is definitely... I send him a screenshot of mine and go, hey, all the harmonic camps aren't working right. All right. Does the mining tool have a hijack laser or not? Oh, let's check. I haven't checked that. I have not checked that. I did not even open it yet. So let's go open it. I don't think it will. I think it will be just a normal one. But we're going to find out. So that would be 1669. 1669. Let's do a 6, 9, and 16. I did count that, right? 16, 6, 12? Wait a minute, wait a minute. Nine plus 3 is 12. Oh my God, yes. Remove that. Remove that. I can't count, you guys. I can't count. I'm not good at math. Damn it. All right. Let's do a spike as well, just in case. It will probably find a Sentinel ship. I would imagine it would. Maybe it'll find a random ship, but I think it'll... Because a dissonance spike is a whole, like, deal, like a thing. These boxes, however, can be... Hello, you? These boxes can be generic. Nope. And look at that! It's not broken. Okay. So it's not broken. It's just a normal... Do I have to buy it? Oh, no, I have my maximum multi-tool, so I have to exchange it. Okay, but yeah, that's crazy. It's not broken either. It does not have a hijack laser. It has a regular mining beam, so it's a regular multi-tool. But what it looks like is they changed it to be the same pool as, like, the minor settlements. That's what it looks like. Because if you go to a minor settlement, it'll have a multi-tool for sale that's not broken. And so that's what it is. It's just, for whatever reason, these tools are now linked to the minor settlements as a normal multi-tool. That's weird. I wonder what happened, why they did that. But yeah, it looks like it's sharing the same pool as a minor settlement or the space station. All of those are linked. So it looks like they linked all of them. Even the harmonic camps are linked to that pool now. Let's go check this real fast. Oh, God. It was like right next door. Okay. We'll know when AI replaces Jason if he can do math. Yeah, exactly. That is the first warning sign, you guys. It's like that scene from Terminator 2 when he calls the adoption parents and the mom answers and she doesn't know the name of the dog. If all of a sudden I get really good at math, be suspicious. Be suspicious. Because all of a sudden I'm good at math. There's something wrong. Ooh. That's a cool looking sentinel. It is a sentinel. Look at this. Ooh, that's a good one. Look at that. Holy smokes. It does not have the big tank treads though, so it already loses 2 points for that. So on the cool factor, that's like an 8 out of 10. I like that. That looks really cool. It doesn't have tank treads though, so and it's a C class, so it loses another point. So that's like a 7 out of 10 on the cool scale. 7 out of 10. Well, if you want to come here. If you want to come here and get that sentinel. All the sentinels on the planet should be the same. So come over here. There's the glyphs right there. Come to this location and you should be able to get that sentinel ship. I'm curious, have Sentinel multi-tools been removed? No, it's a bug. It's a bug. So it's probably they updated something with the beacon when they patched the game, and it broke the box. And so those boxes at the harmonic camps are supposed to be separated. They can only contain a multi-tool, like a Sentinel multi-tool. However, if you break something or if there's a bug and it links to the other pool of multi-tools, it'll turn into regular ones. So I think that's probably what happened is they broke something and it linked to the other multi-tools in the system, which it's not supposed to do. Because Sentinel multi-tools can only be found at harmonic camps, and they're only found there, nowhere else, and no other multi-tools found there as far as I know. So there's some weird bug that broke that. All right, let's zoom back out. You guys know where this is? And so come over and get it. It's a C class, so you could probably search and get a better one than the C class, but this is a C class. It looks good though. And let me upload this while I'm here. Pokeball Planet. I discovered 0? Wait a minute. I scanned it. What are you talking about? I scanned them. What do you mean I discovered 0? Oh, no, I haven't discovered them yet. Oh, we got a big old Titan worm over there, too? Now we've discovered them. Okay. There. Just because. All right. Where'd my ship go? In and out. Make a save. Boom. All right. So we're going to switch over to 2016 No Man's Sky. So let me quit the game. I got to switch out my files. It should be pretty fast, but we're going to find out. Go to my properties, installed file locations. Let me grab my old version, my 2018 version. So this is going to be down and dirty. I'm just switching them. So let's do this. It takes, because I have the game on a separate hard drive. It's just whatever the transfer rate of my hard drive to my internal hard drive. Boom, there it goes. It's done. So now, let's play original 2018 No Man's Sky. Oh, it just broke the resolution on that. I bet you it switched back to 1080p. It looks like it. Immediately, a whole different menu here. I forgot.
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
And I forgot, in the original game, you
I
cannot
was wondering
change.
what the benefits, differences of the three endgame multi-tools. Staff, Atlanta, and Sentinel. I know spelling is bad.
Oh!
My apologies.
Keys. Don't worry about that. I'm going to say Keys Gaming. I think I'm going to pronounce it right, but I might be wrong on that. Keys. So, the benefits, differences between the three endgame multi-tools is they will have different lasers on them. So, they have different looks, different aesthetics. If you like the cosmetic look of them, that's a whole different thing. But the like the staff, for instance, it has a runic lens, which is a different mining laser than the actual mining laser. So the big benefit of that is I don't think there's any there's no difference in damage or scanning radius or anything like that. The difference, meaningful difference for players is like for a Sentinel multi-tool, you can add in a second laser. And if you have a hijack laser and a regular mining beam, they will actually work way better. And it's the same thing for like the Atlantid multi-tools and the big staff. So they have a different aesthetic visually, and they have a different laser.
Hey,
Other than that, it should be about the same.
and you will respect my authority.
Yeah, right. You better get back to
Mitochondria!
school, little boy.
Holy moly!
Ow!
Get your ass to jail.
Ow! Hey, what the hell are you doing? You can't do that!
I am forever and I speak for all now are forever and never is forever and it becomes today so you see yesterday and we say yay for the right to say forever is eternity.
Well, thank you. My brain's a little bit melted on that. I'm trying to figure that one out. But I appreciate, seriously, Mitochondria, you're being super insanely generous today, and I appreciate you. 07. So, this is 2018 No Man's Sky. Next No Man's Sky.
Happy 4th Jason and Interlopers.
Michael, 07 for the super chat, and happy 4th to you as well. 07. So, there is no main menu. There's literally play a game. Oh! Is it going to allow me to load in my game? So back in the day, you could not load in, like there was no name on a game. They didn't tell you anything about it. It's just, you literally had to memorize when you last played your game. There was no naming anything. And so you just knew your main save by how long it was. And it should have hours played right here. However, it might be all corrupted because these are all saves from future versions of No Man's Sky. I don't think I can play one of these, but let's see. I have a backup of my main save, so I'm not worried about it. If it gets corrupted, I can just delete it and reinstall my backup. So let's do that. I don't know what's going to happen. This is a save from a future version. It should not work. We're going to find out. Incorrect. The Atlantid multi-tool has a higher base scanning radius. Are you sure about that, Truck? Are you sure? Let's see. Let's see what happens. Is it going to just corrupt everything? Because I had a Sentinel ship. That shouldn't exist in this version. There was no Sentinel ships back in the day. Well, there were, but not ones you can fly. The Sentinels could still attack you with them. Let's see. It probably is going to just infinite load, or it's going to crash out because it doesn't know what to do with my save. That's probably what's going to happen. It's going to crash. Loading shaders. Look at that. They're telling you they're loading shaders. I forgot they did that way back in the day. So that's why the frame rate sucks, because it's loading all the shaders for 2018 No Man's Sky. Wow. Look at that frame rate hit hard, loading all the different shaders. So on the Nintendo Switch, right now, it would switch over to that black screen with the Atlas in there and the rotating loading symbol. Back in the day, they were just like, no, we'll let you go through the galaxy at like 2 frames per second while we try to load in all the shaders for the game. Now, I will say, if you go back, again, I think it was the May of 2019 version of No Man's Sky. May of 2019, that was, to me, that was the best performing version of the game. They patched it up. It was doing well. They got rid of all the bugs that they could. So it was solid. It was amazing. It ran good. Performance was amazing. Everything was locked in. And then, you put in the any other updates, and it ruins it all again. You get bugs. You get more bugs because of the update. And that's what happens now is they get the game patched up, ready to go, good to go, bug-free for the most part, and then they patch or they update the game and they introduce a whole bunch of bugs. And it's like, great. Thank you. But May of 2019, man, that was a good version of No Man's Sky. Wow, it is loading in some shaders. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Now let's see if it happens. I bet you it's going to crash out. Just because I have a save that has a whole bunch of... It didn't crash. It just said, sorry, this save does not count. And so it's going to start me off on a brand new save. What the? Okay. We're going to do a brand new save. Wow. So yeah, I loaded a save, but I'm willing to bet it said, nope, sorry, this save doesn't count because it's from the future. You have all this weird stuff that doesn't exist in the game right now. Yeah, this is 2018 No Man's Sky. This is the version I started playing when it came out on Xbox.
Aerial propulsion jetpack online.
It's the same as right now. If you start a brand new save, it's the same exact setup.
Multi-tool and mining laser attachment. Operation.
Wait till you guys see the menu, the inventory menu. It is going to blow your mind. I missed the inventory from the original. Oh my god, motion blur. What the hell is this? What is motion? Look at this menu. Look at this menu. What is this frame rate? What the hell is happening here? Oh my god. Go to options here. HUD enabled, yes. Damage numbers. Temperatures should be in Fahrenheit for freedom units. Lower that. Why is my frame rate so low? It's in borderless, should be. 19, it's in 1080p. Let's go up a little bit higher than that. VSync should be off. The on-foot field of view should be 100. Flight view should be 100. Motion blur off. What the hell is that garbage? Motion blur amount should be 0. I don't need HBO. We're good. HBO should be on. HBAO. That is your shadow. Anisotropic filtering will go up to 16, sure. High detail, shadow detail, we'll go high. Medium, going to high. Light shaft, look at that. 30 frames was the default back in the day. Let's go to 60, come on. Light shafts, let's do that on. Of course I need to reset. Ooh, now it's smooth, look at that. Ooh, now it feels good. Look at this. Reload the autosave, manual save. Back in the day, autosave, that didn't exist. It should be a manual save and a restore point. Wow, look at this. I just realized they gave me a Sentinel to begin with. Let me get some ferrite dust. I need to fix my scanner real fast before I die. Hey, look at that. Look at that. It looks good. Holy. I forgot. And I think this in this version of the game, the maximum you can have your inventory is set to is 250. So there was no 9,000 limit. It was 250. 250. That was it. That should work now. Oh my God, 53. That's it. Oh my God, look how small everything is. So I need to find my ship. That way I can make a save. Let's get a carbon nanotube so we can make my thing. I am probably running the wrong way. Look at this! Look at this quick menu! There's nothing here! Summon my vehicle. All right, I need some sodium. Oh my God. All right, all right, all right. I'm about to die, you guys. That's why I'm freaking out. It's been a while since I've started on hardcore. Okay. Can I make a... Give me a nanotube. Multi-tool. Visor. Where's my ship at? There you are. Go, 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 go. I need to get in and out of my ship so I can make an autosave. There it is, the pillar. And there's a cave here. All right, we're good. We made it. We made it. There you go. No visor installed, not yet. Everything's online. Exosuit has directed me to a crashed starship. Read the log. Look at all this. Oh, I forgot. I have to hold down the button. There's no option to turn that off. All right, so now if I get out, I just made a restore point. So now I have a restore point. Maybe not. Is it clashing because it's an up? Oh my God. I think it's network and voice. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, network plays on. Voice chat's on. All my friends here. Put to desktop. Your game was last saved 25 seconds ago. Okay. So now everything should be okay. Yeah, it flipped all of my resolutions on everything flipped to 1080p when I started that game. So that's not great. I need to move all my windows around again. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. All right, let's load up the game again. All right. Now we have all the settings set up, so it should work better. All right. I forgot. Total playtime, 3 minutes. I mean, we're done, right? We're finished. 3 minutes is all I need, right? Literally permadeath stacks in the normal gameplay. Yeah, I know, Dylan. That's even worse than normal and permadeath, Dylan. Because current day, modern day permadeath is 300. Back in the day, it was at 250 and that was it. I think maybe it goes up to 500, but that might be a future update. They might have changed it to 500 in the Beyond update. I know that everyone complained about stacks. And so in the original game in 2016, you could not stack anything. Like all your metal plating was separate. You had one metal plating per inventory slot. And then they said, okay, you can stack stuff. And then in the next update, they said, well, we'll give you a little bit more room. And then I think in the Beyond update, they increased the limits. That might have been when they went to 500 or maybe 1,000. Was it Beyond that made it 9,000? Was it? Oh, I didn't think it was that early. But yeah, here we are. It looks almost the same, right? You see. Watch this, though. Look at this. Back in the day, the trick was... Oh, God, before I die, let me get back in my ship. Back in the day, the trick was you had a general inventory, you had a cargo inventory, and you had a technology inventory. And they were different pages. You can put upgrades in your technology, and you can put upgrades in your general inventory. Both of those. You could not put inventory, or you could not put upgrades in your cargo. That's like your real backpack. And so, what you would do, especially for endgame, if you were OP, you basically had upgrades in your technology. You had all like your shield upgrades in here, and you doubled up and put shield upgrades in your general as well. So you basically had double the inventory or the upgrades. You got insanely OP. Like if you had an end game No Man's Sky save, you could have double of everything. It was great. And the same thing for your ship. You have your Starship General and you have your technology. You could put your upgrades in your general. So that was way back in the day. It was so good. The tabs were amazing. So yeah, that was the thing to do. And everyone was pissed when they changed it. I believe it was in the 4.0 update when the Nintendo Switch came out. The Switch version came out. They changed it to where now we have just different areas instead of different pages. And so everyone got pissed because you lost your double upgrades. You couldn't do double anymore. All right, we're gonna need some stuff to fix our ship. Stay true. Love to all mitochondria. Thank you so much for hanging out and being here, being awesome. Mortal says, was base building a thing in this version? Yes, you can do base building. Base building, it was introduced in, I think, Atlas Rises. I think Atlas Rises or Pathfinder, maybe? It was introduced pretty early. And so they upgraded base building in this. I think they added more pieces. Yeah, look at that. Let's make a metal planing. I need a jelly. Look at it. Look at that. Life support gel. Look at that. That looks so good. All the old school stuff. I need more jellies, though. All right. That exit animation still. That's from the original. That's from 2016. Now we don't do that so much. You don't see yourself getting out of it like back in the day. Ow. We're gonna need more ferrite dust because we're gonna need to make a ferrite, pure ferrite. Was it Foundation in 2016? Oh, okay, it was in Foundation. Yeah, they added base building early on, and they've continued to evolve and add pieces as the game grows. But I think the first time was, 2016 was the first edition of base building. And so, yeah, you get base building here. That quick menu. Look at this quick menu here. It's so small. It's so small. All the display, the HUD is so small in this version. Like, they definitely evolved the HUD and the menus. Look at the menu. Look at this menu here. Look at this menu. My Discovery tab. Look at this old school Discovery tab. At least you can see planets this time. You can see what they look like a little bit. In the original version, you didn't even know what the planet looked like. Now we have, like, you know, I could see the planet kind of. And in modern day No Man's Sky, there's a whole display. Like, this is... I forgot how different it was. There we are, right here, our milestone. There's our log menu. So this is our objective menus. The terrain is looking more like it does now. Yeah, this was, I tell you, the next version was the evolution from original No Man's Sky to the No Man's Sky 2.0. Like, this is No Man's Sky 2. This is a sequel to the original. Because you didn't have first person or third person in the original. You also could not build this. Like, look at that quick menu. We don't even have a build menu. We just have a quick... Like, look at that.
I'm a cop, and you will respect my
Mitochondria.
authority.
Yeah, right. You better get back to school, little boy.
Ow!
Get your ass in
Mitochondria.
jail.
Ow! Hey, what the hell are you doing? You can't do that!
The best thing ever is Hello Games never abandoned the gamer.
Dude, 100% mitochondria. The fact that they never abandoned the game, like most other studios would have said, it flopped, we'll just move on. They didn't. And on top of that, they have not charged for any update ever. In the last 9 years, they've never charged a single penny for any of the DLC, any of the updates. None of them. So that's just, on its own, is just absolutely nuts. Like, really? Not a penny. So we've never paid for an update ever. It's always been free and included in the game. You just buy the game and you have every future update ever. It's so good. So good. And 07 mitochondria, you're being insanely generous. I appreciate you. Seriously. Insanely generous. Insanely generous. All right. We need to... Well, we need to get this.
Toxic protection 40.
But we're going to need some metal plating to make a refiner. My God, everything shakes in the original. Why is everything shaking? Look at this shake. Everything shook. Like in the 2016 version, everything had flares all over it. If you looked at a lighting source, it had a flare on it. They took that away in 2018, thank God. I don't have to go blind looking at the lights. I think, right? Oh no, there's a little bit of flare. But in the original, man, it was like solar flares everywhere. I miss the pre 4.0 inventory. Me too, crazy. Me too. I like having my tabs. I really like my tabs. All right, let's make a metal plating here. Look at 181. I'm almost full.
Product constructed.
And this is where the original Jason stacking began, you guys. You gotta put everything in its place. Look at how it's highlighted as well. Like you can see, and it looks like you cannot upgrade your inventory anymore, but you can. You can expand it out a little bit. Excuse me, I didn't mean to shoot you. Sorry, guy. I mean, it is permadeath normal? No. This is normal. This is normal mode. So, oh, wait a minute. It did not autosave. Back in the day, you had no autosaves. You had to get in and out of your ship or make a manual save with like an object. So let's go save the game. I could show you. I believe they had permadeath, survival, and normal. And that was it. I don't think they had creative at this point, did they? They might have had creative, but I don't think so. Oh, I know. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So, we got a mode select. Play game. I got to delete a save. Let's delete it. I'm going to back up my saves anyway, so let's delete that one. I know. I have a backup. New game. Oh, no, they did have creative mode. Okay, so they had normal, survival, permadeath, and creative. This is it. This is all of the extent of it. So the only thing that changed on permadeath is that when you died, your save got deleted. That was it. That was it. Inventory's the same. Difficulty's the same. I mean, It feels worse because you might die. But everything was the same. It's just that when you died, your save got erased. The inventory limits were not different, as far as I remember. Yeah. There's no relaxed. There's none of that. There's no difficulty settings. Like, you can't change anything. It's all preset. And that's why I think that they don't test anything on the different difficulty. Like, if you change anything in the difficulty menu, they're not checking all of that. They just play the original. Does it work on permadeath? Does it work on normal mode? You're good. That's it. They're not checking all the different settings. I don't think they can. There's so many different variations in that difficulty setting menu. There's no way. Unless you have hundreds of people testing every version all the time, you're not going to catch everything. How many glyphs have you got? We've only gotten 3 today. Now we're playing the original 2018 version. This original load took a lot longer than I remember. All right. Here's a distress beacon. And back in the day, you didn't have any charts. So I could make... Oh, let me show you this. Oh, I don't have a tube yet. Okay, let me go. Let me show you why I love the signal booster, you guys. Let me show you why. The signal booster back in the day used to be awesome. They did not have a cartographer. They didn't have anything like that. Any of that garbage. You just had a signal booster, and that's it. So let me show you why. You instantly know it immediately from the get-go. Look at this. And look at this menu here. Locate nearby structures or input nav data. And if you input your nav data, you can select what you want to find. I don't have any nav data, so I can't do that. But if you want to find a crash ship, it'll look for that. A distress beacon, it'll look for that. You know, any of that stuff. You could just do it from here. You just needed navigational data. They messed up my frickin' thing, man. They messed up my signal booster. All right. Wasn't it nerfed in 3? Yeah, I think... was it Beyond where they added the cartographer? Maybe it was Beyond. They added the cartographer pretty quickly. So now it's going to mark. Oh, I got my nav data. There we go. Look at this. I forgot they walk you through this. So watch this. They gave me nav data. They didn't give me a chart. And now that I have nav data, I can go through and look for different ones. Like this. Boom. You can look for all the different things here. You don't have to go to a cartography guy. You don't have to buy a chart. You just need nav data and you can get it all. So because it's the tutorial, they force you to look for a distress frequency. But it'll mark anything. It's back in the day, signal booster was the best. Scuba Steve says, Jason, we were debating when they nerfed the chlorine and activated indium prices. That was recent. Was it after 4.0 or was it 3.0? Was it between 4.0 and 3.0?
Toxic protection 40.
I don't know. I can't remember when. I know it was in the last... had to be within the last 4 years. So it was after 2020. It wasn't that early. Like in 2018, we were doing crashes. In 2019, we were doing crashes. Economy crashes. It was in the companion update we were doing crashes, so that would have been 2020. Maybe 2022 or 2023? Was it 4.0? It could have been 4.0. Oh! Let me show you my favorite part that they took out. Do we have a cave around here? Jesus Christ, I just went blind. That flash, oh my God. Subterranean relic, look at that. It's different now. All right, so guys, back in the day,
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
all you had to do was find a cave. There was a reason in 2018 you were looking for subterranean relics. Let me show you. You pick it up, you get a vortex cube, and you get something called tetracobalt. Tetracobalt is a condensed version of ionized cobalt. That is money right there. That is money. So I made so many videos on how to make money in No Man's Sky early.
Toxic protection.
Find a cave and pick up all the vortex cubes. You could throw the vortex cube away. You don't want that. That's garbage. Keep the tetracobalt. And just find all of those. Because now, look at that. Look at that. That's money right there. That is money. Oh my God, I miss tetracobalt. There's a lot of times I'll pick up the vortex cubes just by habit. Because for years, I was picking up vortex cubes to get the tetracobalt. You don't care about the vortex cubes. You can throw that away. Tetracobalt is what you wanted. That was the thing. Because
Product constructed.
if you make a refiner... Let me show... Oh, I don't have any carbon. Son of a gun. Of course there's no carbon in here. Wait. There we go. There's carbon. So, if you pick up a whole bunch of tetracobalt,
Technology recharge.
if you refine it, it gives you 150 ionized cobalt.
Storm.
That's money right there. That's money. Like, you could sell that for a ton of money. So look at that. 401 value. Oh my God. I love it. 400. So look at that. 100,000 right there immediately. And you just stack this up. You get a whole bunch in there. You sell it, or you can turn it, you can convert it into regular cobalt and convert it. Either way though, dude, I miss doing economy crashes. You go to a space station, sell that for a whole bunch of money. It crashes the economy, so it's worth nothing. You buy it back for no pennies on the dollar, and you go to another space station and you sell it again. You just do that over and over. So basically what it was is you collect a whole bunch of cobalt or chlorine. You sell it to a space station because the economies are based off of how many they have. So if they only have one cobalt, it'll be worth a lot. If they have 1 million cobalt, it'll be worth nothing, right? So you sell it, you go and sell it for a high price, and because you sell like 1,000 or 2,000, it'll lower the overall price and you buy it back for like half the price. And then you go to another location, another space station, you sell it again for a high price, so you're just constantly making money and you're crashing the economy. They nerfed the crap out of that. But man, oh, I love it. All in on cobalt, dude. 100%. That was the best way to make money early on. You didn't need to get any special farms going. You didn't have to do anything. It was just literally increase your inventory so you can hold more cobalt. That was it. Hold more cobalt, and then you can sell more of it and make more money. So good. Now, I mean, you can still make money off of it. It is not as good as it used to be. It used to be you make millions off of it. Now, you might make a few thousand. Did you see that? That jetpack jump just... What the hell was that? The jetpack jump in the 2018 version is very different. Look at that. The gravity's different in the... Look at that. That animation. That animation is different. You go forward. Like the whole camera moves. I'd never noticed that. So you launch forward. Oh my God. So there's a little hitch whenever you do that. Okay. That's different. OE, Jason, what did you think of the Crosswind Pirate game? I like it a lot, OE. I have more videos coming. I absolutely love that game. It's pre-alpha, so it's supposed to be really, really rough. And I've run into some weird bugs here and there, but overall, it's a very solid game. I love Crosswind. You guys, if you're not looking at Crosswind, Survival Bob has been streaming it. I have a couple videos up. I have more videos coming out over the weekend. That game is a game to keep your eye on. Look at how small the icons are. In the original game, everything is so small.
That's what she said.
Mitochondria says, support is a different option. I gave Jay my money. Make yourself a hero. Dude, yeah, exactly. I love that you're all here. Seriously. The only thing I really would love is hitting that like button. That's it. If you guys can donate, I always appreciate it. It's never required, but I appreciate the crap out of you guys for doing that. Mitochondria, love the support. I appreciate that more than you know. More than you can know. Dang. The movement is very jerky in the original game. You see that? What is this? That's very... The movement is so jerky in this game. Like, I didn't realize the animations got a lot more smoother as the game went on. Like, look at that. That's so weird. It's just very weird and jerky. Yeah, the animations in modern No Man's Sky are very smooth compared to this. That's so weird. It's been a while since I played the 2018 version, you guys. It's probably been like 2 or 3 years. I don't remember half of that. Gravitino balls. Do I have any Gravitinos? The hazardous flora. Subterranean relics up there. I didn't see any Gravitinos. That's something that changed. So, back in the day, even in 2016 No Man's Sky, if you move, it stops scanning. You have to keep your cursor over the animal. It's not a problem with these guys, but there's a lot of flying creatures that were nightmares to try to scan. If it's like a butterfly, it's all over the place. You were never going to scan that thing. It took forever to scan stuff back in the day. I remember that. I remember just holding it going, please don't move. Please don't move. I got 2 more animals to scan and they're both flying creatures. Mother. I remember that being real bad. All right. So we need to pop down our... Pop that in.
Technology recharge.
All the buttons are different too. The button presses are different. Let me make a jelly. So I gotta make my pure ferret. That's what I'm doing right now. The white flashes everywhere. Why are there white flashes everywhere? I'm gonna have a seizure here. Scan the hazardous flora. You can scan the oxygen in this version still. That changed. If your refiner is full, you cannot pick it up. Now you can, and it just automatically gives it to you. Now, in the old school one, you couldn't. You got to empty it out first. Now I can pick it up. Where's some oxygen? I can scan the oxygen. I can scan the hazardous flora. That is such a weird, janky animation.
Falling.
All right. These guys. Stay. Thank God. All right. I made that look easy, but it's not easy. My God. Look at the blowout. Like, it's just... Oh, God. They still were doing that back in the day. All right. There we go. Here's sodium.
Power cells depleted.
Look at that. I can scan. I can scan my sodium plant.
Units received.
What is this? It's all smashed. No, there's no way. Anti-aliasing, just TAA. All right. Nice cobalt everywhere. Boom, boom, boom. There we go, there we go. You cannot move any of your technology. You can't pick it up and move it. And so when you're putting your upgrades in here, you're screwed on this. You can't move any of these.
Life support offline.
Oh, damn, I'm gonna die. That's the only one over here, huh? 91 away. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. Oh my God. You gotta have your cursor immediately over the items before it'll register. My goodness.
Technology recharge.
Oh, you go over here. There you go. Did the dupe glitch work back then? Oh, yes, it did. Oh, yes, it did. So, you had to have... Oh, I need more oxygen. Never mind. I need more oxygen and a metal plating. But yes, dupe still works back here. So let me get some stuff for you. I can show you. This is the original. I think this was... The duplication glitch was my first real, like, video that took off. So if you look at my channel... I was getting like 100 views, 150 views on a video. And then I did the duplication glitch for No Man's Sky. And that was my first, like, I think 2,000 or 3,000 view video, which was like, oh my God. That was crazy back in the day. But yeah, I think it was for this version as well. Yeah, duplication glitch still works back here. Come on. Need to make a metal plating.
Product constructed.
Now we just need some oxygen. There you are. Yeah, the animations are really rough.
Toxic protection.
Wow.
Falling.
Your oxygen. Let me scan you first. Gotta go. Happy 4th, Sasso. Thank you so much, 07, for hanging out while you could. All right. So, there we go. And then we put one right over it. Again, you have to line it up just like now, just like today. You got to line it up perfectly. Well, wait, before we do, let me slap my item in here. That way it duplicates. We need a lot of oxygen, so let's duplicate oxygen. Line it up. Ooh, you're gonna be a little, you're gonna be hard to do. And boom. I'm an idiot. I used up all my oxygen to do that, you dummy. All right. So let's use something that I don't need. Like metal plating. Sure, why not, right? Metal plating. Mother... I'm using everything! Oh my God, what a fool! Oh my God. Let's just duplicate the ionized cobalt. How about that? Ionized cobalt. Jesus. I keep picking the wrong thing because I'm dumb. Ionized cobalt. So we have 200 plus another stack of 250 in there. Let's do this. Good Lord. I'm not thinking. I'm all excited about playing No Man's Sky 2018. Oh, wait a minute. No way. Did I get a patched version? Don't tell me I got the patched version. I got the patched version. You idiot. Invalid position. So, there was a point when they fixed the duplication glitch by making it to where you can't build on top of each other. Oh, no. Let's see if I can line it up. Yeah, I can't even touch. Oh, no. That it? All right, now let's see if I can grab the other one behind it. I forgot that's how you do it. Okay, okay. If it's in front. Okay, so that was the different version of the duplication glitch. So you'll notice. I'm in here. Take it out. And if I go back in here. Take it. Oh, no, it did work. Damn it. It worked for a second. Free mode. So there is different versions of it. You got to be fast. I gotta go back and watch my own video about it. So there was a version where you can line them both up on top of each other. There's another version where if they're lined up in front of each other and you're looking through your camera at the one in front, you can still take the one from behind. So it was a duplication glitch, but it was slower than the one we have now. And then there was one where you had to put it in a... there was a duplication glitch where you had to put an item in your inventory, and then if you gave it to someone in multiplayer, it would duplicate it. So we went through multiple duplication glitches. But yeah, I think that was the last one. What version are you playing on? I think I'm playing on the September of 2018 version. I think I grabbed the September 2018, which I know they patched a few things beforehand. So we went through a period where they were patching out the duplication glitch all the time. People were finding new ways to duplicate, and they were patching it very quickly. Let's do this. Woo! Did you see that launch? Oh, there's remnants. Look at that. Look at the fade in on the terrain. That is from 2016 No Man's Sky. Look at that fade in. So in the original game, it would fade in the textures. And it's still doing that now. Look at that. It fades in. And it's real bad here. Look at that. Oh my God. You can see all of the stuff fading in. Wow. It looks like static because it's transferring from a faraway texture to a up close texture, basically. There's the... Oh, I forgot they showed you... Oh my God, why is the unknown planet so large? Wait a minute. Whenever I pick up an item, it's like microscopic, the object. And then when I look at a planet, that takes up half the screen? Oh, this is for, yeah, this is Artemis. This is the Artemis storyline. Jason making devs work hard to patch his exploit videos. Yeah, basically. So, back in the day, before I think Worlds Part 1, back in the day, the easy way to find an asteroid field like this, you might not be able to see it on the stream, but I can when you're going through. It literally pops in. And so it slowly got better and better, but all you had to do was look for the asteroids. Like in 2018, it's very blatant, right? As you got farther and farther, I think in the companion update in 2020, they made it to where the asteroids would not load in unless you were going slow like this, right? But if you were pulse driving, they would kind of still pop in a little bit. So all you had to do was look for the asteroids. And you knew, oh, there's an asteroid belt here, I'll stop. But yeah, so now you can kind of see they still pop in. So you know, oh, that's an asteroid field right there. Boom. Asteroid field. It got better and better. And so now, in Worlds Part 1, they fixed it completely. So now, asteroids don't load in unless you're going slow. And so it's really hard to find the asteroid fields unless you stop. Yeah, they would just, because it was hard to not load them in, I guess, I don't know, in the original engine. And so it was just always load them in. My God, I cannot get over how large the unknown planet tag is right there. My God, look at that. Look at that! Albion Pearl used to be a thing. They would tell you if it had Albion Pearls. Now they don't give a crap. They're just like, whatever. Albion Pearls, those things are trash now. Man, how do you get your ship to go so fast? Oh, that is a pulse drive. So if you're playing No Man's Sky for the first time, if you're brand new, you have your regular gas, which is your trigger. That's how you just go fast. If you hold down B or O, if you're on PlayStation, it'll give you a little bit of a boost. And then if you hold down right and left bumper, or R1 and L1 if you're on PlayStation, it gives you a pulse drive like that. Look at that planet over there. That's a beauty. What is that? That's a temperate planet as well. We got a lot of good planets in this system. All right. How different are the water environments? Mortal. This is before the Abyssal update. I'm willing to bet there's nothing down there. So they had the No Man's Sky Next update, which gave us a third-person camera and the refiners. But they didn't get a lot of water stuff until the Abyss update, which I think was like 4 months later, 5 months later. So they had an update back in 2018, I think, maybe 2019, early 2019, called the Abyss update. Maybe it was 2019. It might have been after Beyond. But that changed all the water. So I bet you if we go find some water, we'll go to that water planet. It's going to be very barren underwater because they didn't add anything. There was nothing there. So there's plants and stuff, but it doesn't look as beautiful and lush as it does now. And definitely not before the Worlds update. Like Worlds update, that changed the water system completely. So let's go to the water. I don't have any launch thrusters. Uh-oh. Let's find some water on this planet. My God. You got water here? Now, you know what? Screw you. I know there's water over there. Can you build a subterranean base in this version? I think you can, but again, this version was definitely notorious for redoing your terrain. So if you built in a cave or you flattened, the terrain would definitely come back. Like, it was almost a guarantee. So you did not want to build in a terrain or a cave here, because if you flattened or removed any terrain, it would come back every time you loaded. So you definitely don't want to do that here. The asteroid explosion is different. That animation is very different. And the asteroids are way weaker now. Look at that. Asteroids are way weaker in this version. Just a couple shots and they're gone. Look at that. I forgot how easy it was to kill the asteroids. And they just disappear and pieces fly off.
Technology recharge.
All right, well, let's go back. Where's my water planet? There you are. Yeah, there, you can see like the evolution. If you go back to 2016, it is a completely different game. And then you go to 2018, it evolved, and it's more representative of what we see today. But it's still, you can see the jankiness of it. You can see they have been updating this game consistently and a lot over the last 9 years. Oh my God. The animations look way better now. The textures look way better now. But yeah, I gotta remember all the stuff. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that info panel. I forgot about those. Like they didn't just give it to you. You had to literally look at it. Look at that. Oh my God. All right. Where's my water at? Over here. So this is a pretty decent water planet for 2018 No Man's Sky. What is this? What are these textures here on the atmosphere? That's kind of weird. So this is a pretty decent water planet for No Man's Sky back in 2018. They didn't have gigantic ocean planets back then. Look at that water. It looks, I think, better than the 2016 version, but not by much. Like, the water's not clear. There's actually a thing. You can tell it's water. Christian Stern with the 5 gifted members. Very, very much appreciated. 07. But yeah, look at that. And this is it. Oh, what the hell? If you use your jetpack, it just instantly brings you to the surface. It doesn't let you glide through the water. Look at that. I'm going forward, but if I use my jetpack, it instantly brings you up. That's weird. There's no, I don't think there's any water upgrades. Like, you can't have a water breathing upgrade in this version, I don't think. Yeah, this is it. This is as good as the variety gets in 2018 No Man's Sky. And again, they do have a water update later on called the Abyss update. And that revamped the water completely. All the underwater biomes. But that's like, I think 5 months away from this. It's a while from this. Do we still get oxygen from the kelp? We do, thank you. And it didn't go away. Okay. There are a few fish. There are a few fish. We got some fish here. I forgot I got to keep my target on them. So it's not like barren. It's not like nothing down here. But there's not a lot of variety to the water in 2018 No Man's Sky. And the water definitely doesn't look as good as it does now. Like, you don't get to see waves. Do I swim on top of the water still? Let me look. Nope, you're either under it or you're not. There is no going above the water. So, I believe in the Abyss update, they added a swimming animation that was more smooth. But the problem was it put you above the water. So it looked like you were swimming on top of the water. In 2018 version, at least they forced you to stay under the water. You can't swim on the surface. But yeah, look at I'm trying to swim, and I can't. It forces you to stay under. So that's good, I guess. So look at that water texture. It doesn't move at all. We get some foam. Like, it's literally just a texture to let you know it's water. Like, look at that. It just changes depending on the angle you look at it. It's just water texture. And it has sound. It sounds like water, right? Yeah, literally just a texture that you swim in back in the day. I mean, it was fine. It worked. Wait, I'm going to need some launch fuel, which I won't be able to do because I need metal plating and I need dihydrogen. We did get a terrain manipulator at this point, so you can dig down in here. Look at that ocean. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful ocean. Beautiful. So I think I have my terrain manipulator. I need nanotubes and dihydrogen jelly. Boom, boom, boom. Your traveler isn't even moving their arms to swim. I know, there was no swim animation. So again, they did get the Abyss update, which came out shortly after the No Man's Sky 2018 next update. They had an Abyss update, and that added a lot of stuff to the water. But at this point, there was not a lot there. It was just like, hey, yeah, there's stuff under there, and there's technically water. But it wasn't really anything really to care about. And then they did the Abyss update. I think that added underwater modules for building. It also added a lot of stuff underwater, like a different foliage. And it made the oceans deeper. So, but I think at that point, deeper meant like 200 units, I think. I think at that point, it was like, oh, you could go 200 feet down. That's crazy. Now we can go 1,000. So, I wonder. I need chromatic metal. All right. I was gonna say, I haven't checked the bolt caster. I think it's still fully automatic at this version as well. So the bolt caster is fully automatic, I believe, until Beyond. Maybe after Beyond, they changed it to not be automatic, which kind of sucked. There's a 3-shot burst, which is terrible. Man, the screen shakes for everything. Look at this. Why is the screen shaking for that? Oh, look at that symbol for the Sentinels. Ooh, they're tougher in this version. In the 2016 version, they went down pretty quick. They made them tougher in No Man's Sky Next. Look at that. Now, let's see if I kill this guy if he goes away. Or if they call reinforcements. I can't remember if they did or not. Oh no, they call reinforcements. Okay. So there you go. They call reinforcements.
Sentinel combat unit deployed.
And
Product constructed. Product constructed.
let's see if we get a Sentinel, what's it called?
Technology recharge.
We get a Sentinel ship to come after us. Screw you guys. No sentinels. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Take it back. Take it back. They gave you a lot of warning. 12 seconds before the sentinel ship showed up. Still pretty good. They don't have any, Oh, shoot! All right, yeah. Their plasma, their lasers still do a lot of damage. My God. They don't have shields at this point. Todd with the 10 gifted members, dude. Very much appreciated, Todd. 07. So now we need to... I remember doing this for hours. You gotta go as fast as you can while you can. Todd, thank you for the 10 gifted members, man. Very, very much appreciated. 07. You can still outrun them. You can still outrun them. It is not. Expo not due for a few weeks. This is the 2018 version of No Man's Sky. Yeah, this is the 2018 version of No Man's Sky. They didn't have expeditions until 2020, I believe. So another 2 years before we get an expedition for No Man's Sky. But yeah, we don't know when the expedition is going to show up. I mean, it could be next week. I doubt it. They would probably have an emoji by now. We don't know when. It's going to show up eventually, but we just don't know when. Let's sell some cobalt. Let's go crash an economy. My God, the space station is way far away. The old version, yep. And thank you so much, Todd, for the 10 gifted members, as well as Christian for the 5 gifted members. I think I said hello or thank you earlier. Oh my God, I forgot. Oh, they still do the good music. Oh, yeah. So, in this version of No Man's Sky, they revamped all of the space stations to have more aliens, but I don't think they walked around at this point. So nobody was walking around. They just stood still wherever they were. Yeah. So if you'll notice, if you just stand here, nobody moves. They're always in the same exact spot. Nobody's walking around. There's more of them. In the original 2016 version, there was only one alien on each space station. Now there's more of them, but they don't move. And it's okay. Eventually they'll start walking. But yeah. They're always in the same spot. And you'll notice nobody gets out of their spaceship. You still have to talk to the spaceships because they don't move. They don't walk. So it's still talk to the spaceship. That's why there's sometimes if I'm really sleepy, I'll try to talk to the spaceship first. Because I did this for years. For years! Talk to the space ship. And this, you have to choose to buy or sell. You can't switch it. So you can't switch your anything in here. I could sell what I have. Sell for 176,000. So you see it's a minus 13%. So it's 13% lower in the economy, right? If I sell it, now it'll be even more lower price. Oh, they don't even have it. This is 10% for the cobalt. Oh my God, look at how neon everything looks. My God. Mango gold! Look at how neon everything is. My God.
Product received. Product received. Product received. Product received. coordinates received.
Wait a minute. Oh, no, you can switch it from buy to sell. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. You can switch it. Can you switch over here? Nope, you can't. You still can't switch your inventory on your exosuit to your ship, dang it. But I can switch it from buy to sell. You sell my refiner for $10. I get my ammo for 155 bucks. All right. And I believe at this point, yeah, you can still buy your life support. You can buy oxygen. Now you can't buy oxygen anymore. And you can buy life support. Those are amazing. Now you can't do that. You can buy batteries at the space station. Now you can't. I mean, if you set it to, if you change your difficulty to easy, it will have it. But by default, on normal mode, they don't have it. My God, look at these guys. His chin. What happened? What was his chin? I know a moneymaker. That is some, yeah, that is some Thanos looking chin right there. How many rooms are on the space station? I believe it was the same amount before the world's update. So, you have your mission. You have your mission envoy. You have your guild envoy. You have your back room here. This was never used for anything really. There was never anyone in here. I believe if you had your Atlas pass, you can come over here. That was still a thing back in the 2018 version. So if you go in here, this is the cafe. This is where you would find your like overseer and things like that. Trade terminal in here. The Atlas pass door right here. Yep, you have your Atlas pass door. Oh, there's the flares. I forgot they didn't get rid of it completely. You still have your flares from 2016. Oh my God, it's not as bad. In the 2016 version, you would go blind looking at lights. At least in the 2018 version, they toned it down a little bit. It's still there. It's just not as bad. Oh my God. Oh yeah, look at that. Every light I look at. Every light. It's just a flare. You gotta have a flare on everything. What are in the Atlas Pass room? So that's gonna be more for lore back in the day. So when you finish the Artemis quest line, you'll get some more background into the Atlas and all that kind of stuff. Here's your multi-tool merchant. And way back in the day, forever, for whatever reason, they kept the multi-tool closet over here. I don't know how many times I missed it because it was inside. They eventually moved it to be right here. But for a long time, it was inside, so no one knew where it was. You couldn't find it because it looks like it's in his little area. But yeah, you can get your terminal right here. You can buy a new multi-tool. But yeah, for a long time, it was inside right next to his desk. This is the multi-tool merchant. So you can buy upgrades here. So look at that. You can buy your blueprints. Look at that. This is only, now this is only on the minor settlements. Back in the day, you could buy the blueprints here. You can also buy upgrades here. Look at that. Boom. Upgrade modules. Look at that. They all look the same. Geology cannon. Scanner mod. What the hell? So the only difference was the color. Look at that. Oh my God. I would give everything for a 400 nanite S-class upgrade. What the hell? Boltcaster. They all look the same. Look at that. I forgot about that. They didn't have upgrade symbols for everything. So let's do modules 4. Yeah, look at that. It's all the same thing for your starship. Look at that. It's just different colors. Yellows were for S-class. Brown for A-class. Blue for B. And green for C. And then Look at this. You notice something missing here? There's no, what is it called? The vehicle. What is the exocraft? There's no exocraft merchant here. No exocraft merchant because back in the day, in the next update, in 2018 version, you had to build up your base computer because you got the exocraft specialist. That was the only place to do it. Exocraft specialist at your base. You could not buy upgrades here. Like, look at, boom. You just have your ship, your multi-tool, and your suit. You need to come inside here to get your suit upgrade. So yeah, back in the day, you had to upgrade your base in order to get upgrades for your exocraft. And he sold you and he bought, you know, I don't think he bought, I think he sold you upgrades for your exocraft. Yeah, look at this. What does the upgrades for the suit look like? Oh, those are different. Life support, shield modules, underwater protection. Okay, they did have breathing underwater. Okay, never mind. I take it back. They did. Look at all this. Scatter blaster module. What the? For my suit? Movement module. That makes sense. Scatter blaster. Why would you want a scatter blaster? Okay. Is your appearance modifier. So way back in the day, you didn't have as many as we have now. So you can go to race. I believe the Traveler is where the good stuff was. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Look at that. You did not have any capes. You had a backpack. You didn't even have different backpacks. You had one. Your one backpack. That's it. But this was cutting edge back in the day. We didn't have a third-person view before next. Look at that. That looks different. That shoe looks different. That's a different shoe than we have now. What the hell? Wait a minute. When did we lose this? Wait a minute. That's a different shoe. That's a different shoe. Yeah, it looks completely different than the one we have now. Whoa! I didn't notice that either. They changed the armor. They didn't tell us. They modified the armor. No, that shoe looks different than the modern version. The modern version doesn't have the straps, like the Velcro looking thing on the top. Right here. That looks different. That doesn't look the same. It's just a shoe, man. Hey, I'm noticing all the different, like the belt and the pants look the same with the knee pads. That looks the same. The gloves look the same with the wrist guard. That shoe is different. That shoe is different. I do not remember these straps being on the side of the shoe. That's different. That armor chest piece. That's different. Hold on. Oh, no. Let's go to armor. Okay, yeah, that's why, because it's not the same one. Okay, number 1. That's the same. Do we have this strap in the center right here? I don't remember this strap being there today. It could be, but I don't think this strap is there. I think that's gone too. They've adjusted that. Do the legs, get the thigh, the thong. Is it number 3? Yep, number 3. It's still the same. We still have the bob thong. Move your arm out of the way. I gotta see my thong. That's as good as it gets. So the bob thong is still a thing. Oh no! The texture! It's kind of there. That thong is really in there. All right. The bomb thong is still a thing. Oh my god, the flares. The flares. Bomb thong is still a thing. You have to buy a station on your chest. What? What? I don't remember that clip being on the belly button. I don't remember that being there in the modern one. Maybe it is. I don't know. Oh! That's a good hauler. What do you got? What do you got? Ooh, that's a good... This is why you got a hauler. Look at the inventory on that. My God. That's good. And remember, you can't upgrade your ship. There is no ship upgrade station at all. You cannot modify it. So whatever you get, that's what you get. There is no getting more inventory. There's no upgrading your class. So when you were ship hunting back in the day, you had to find the best because that was what you had. And this inventory looks dang good. So you can get 48 slots. That is the most you can get here. Look at that. That's it. Oof. Ooh, technology's bad. But the cargo's good. And notice, this is the general inventory. I have technology in here. You also have technology in here as well. Oh, where's my ship at? There it is. There's the radiant pillar. Look at that hitbox. Look at that hitbox. Beautiful. And the ships actually fit on the landing pads. Yeah, look at all that. Look at all this. Hey, look at no one's moving. You gotta come in here and talk to people. The twins. I don't think you can learn language anymore, can you? Oh, no, you can. It cost you. What the hell? I don't remember it costing me to learn words. But yeah, I guess you have to pay them to learn words. Wow. Well, screw you. I don't want to learn your word anyway. The boots are the same, but you're right. The chest strap is gone. Are the boots? No. Are you serious? Are you sure? The boots are the same? They still have that strap over the top? I don't remember that strap being there. Are you sure? Yeah, look at it. There's no ship. Like before the Worlds update, the ship upgrade station was right here. There's nothing here. They just put some chairs out. And in the, I believe it was the Beyond update, like a year later, I think, is when they add ship upgrades. I think. Might have been later than that. You're telling me those are the same shoes? They look different. They look different to me. Right here. These straps are the same? Are you sure? I'm definitely going to load up the new version. I'm going to be flipping between the old versions and the new versions now, you guys. This is going to be my night. Oh, my God. Just to see, like, what the heck? Did they change that? Anyway, I got to get out of here before... Oh, who's doing community night tonight? Who's doing that? Is it Onsetter? Oh, no. Is Ricey not doing community night? Dang it. I think it's Onsetter only. Well, we can go hit Onsetter. That's fine. So, we are going to raid Onsetter doing community night. If you don't know what the No Man's Sky community night is, essentially, a whole bunch of content creators get together. We have a multiplayer session, and anyone can join in. They're giving away cool pets, cool ships. If you're looking for cool items, you can just jump in there, and if you can join multiplayer, they will hand you off some good stuff. So let's go raid Onsetter. who is doing community night right now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out while I played the abandoned mode and also No Man's Sky, the 2018 version. I'm going to go through. I want to go play like the Atlas Rises. I want to go play Beyond when they change the space anomaly. All that kind of stuff. Eventually we'll get there. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Guys, seriously, I will be playing some Crosswinds. We'll be doing Planet Crafter on Monday. But you guys are freaking awesome. Thank you guys for being here. And I will see you guys over in Onsetter's stream. Over here. Wait a minute. Let me look. Boom. And let me link it in the live chat for you guys. Boom. There you are. And I'll see you guys over in Onsetter's stream. See you guys next time.